Live from Idaho Central Arena in Boise, Idaho, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the second of a weekend home-and-home series between the Grizzlies and the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting, live at Idaho Central Arena, high top section 203, as the Grizzlies take on the Steelheads for the sixth time this season. Last night at Maverick Center, the Steelheads got a very balanced attack as they got goals from four different players, including a couple defensemen, as they cruised to a 4-1 victory. Josh Wesley had Utah's lone goal as he scored halfway through the third period on a beautiful-looking wrist shot from the high slot that went past the stick of Brian Thompson. As for Josh Wesley, he now leads the league with 12 goals among defensemen, and Wesley's certainly been a force. He is second among all league defensemen in shots on goal. However, the news earlier today, including the transaction wire, has Josh Wesley going to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. So he is now a member of the Eagles. He got called up earlier today to the AHL. And so Wesley will be replaced in the lineup tonight by Jordan Stone. So the Grizzlies are going to be without their captain once again as he goes up to the AHL. Watch out for Brandon Cutler. He's certainly been outstanding as of late. He picked up an assist in last night's game. He has 8 goals in his last 11 games. He leads the Grizzlies in a ton of offensive statistical categories. So if the Grizzlies are going to have success tonight, watch out for Brandon Cutler. And also watch out for Adam Berg, who's been hot as of late. He has 4 goals and 9 assists in his last 15 games. Should be an interesting one tonight. Dante Giannuzzi will get the start in net for the Grizzlies. He'll be going up against Brian Thompson. Thompson got the victory last night for Idaho, stopping 15 of 16. Grizzlies traditionally have had a decent amount of success in this building, and the Grizzlies in the 2024 calendar year have done a pretty good job away from Maverick Center. Before January 1st, the Grizzlies were 0-12 on the road. Since then, they are a respectable 6-1. So see if the Grizzlies can even up the series here this evening as they take on the Idaho Steelheads in what should be a big crowd, maybe a capacity crowd here of just over 5,200. Speaking of the Grizzlies in attendance, it's been outstanding. There was over 8,600 fans at Maverick Center in last night's game. The Grizzlies over the last 9 home games are averaging 7,322 fans per game. So it's been outstanding for the Grizzlies. They've gotten great support from their fans here at Maverick Center. And, hopefully it continues later on this month as the Wheeling Nailers will be in town for a big 3-game series. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the newest members of the Grizzlies. We'll talk about Robbie Stucker, who made his Grizzlies debut last night, as well as Max Neal, who made his professional debut in last night's game. We're in business on a Saturday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners, Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off in about 15 minutes from now here on the Grizzlies Hockey Networks. Flow Sports for the video feed, and YouTube, which is the Grizzlies audio channel, which essentially is the Grizzlies radio broadcast. Last night, the Grizzlies had a couple guys making their team debuts. Robbie Stucker was acquired in a trade for Dakota Raby on Thursday. And when you think about the news of Josh Wesley getting recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier today, that is exactly why they went and picked up a defenseman. After all, the Grizzlies going into Thursday just a couple days ago only had 6 healthy defensemen on the roster. So they certainly needed to add some depth to that position. They picked up Robbie Stucker, who had appeared in 25 games with the Iowa Heartlanders this season. He had 11 assists. He got his feet wet in pro hockey last season with the South Carolina Stingrays. And with South Carolina, he picked up his first pro goal. He had 1 goal and 6 assists in 10 games, and he also had a +9 rating. Now, when Stuckey showed up to the Salt Lake Valley, I believe he showed up yesterday, he had a familiar face that was in the Grizzlies locker room, and that was forward Nathan Burke. Now, Burke and Robbie Stucker were teammates at the University of Minnesota. They were both Gophers for 3 seasons from 2018 through 2021. Interestingly enough, both Stucker and Burke transferred from the University of Minnesota after that 2020-21 season. Stucker ended up transferring to the University of Vermont, where he had 2 solid seasons, including his senior year just last season, where he had 3 goals and 12 assists in 33 games. As for Nathan Burke, he transferred to Bowling Green State University, where he put together 2 outstanding years. In fact, last season as a senior, Nathan Burke had 17 goals and 12 assists in 36 games. So it's a reunion for Robbie Stucker and Nathan Burke, a couple former Gophers who really have done a good job for the Grizzlies. Burke's done an outstanding job all year, and Stucker looked like he was going to be a keeper based on what we saw last night. Stucker listed at 6'3" and 185 pounds. And obviously, as we mentioned, he's looked pretty strong in his other 2 stops as a pro last season with South Carolina and this year with the Iowa Heartlanders. Stucker will be one of 6 defensemen for the Grizzlies this evening. As if you had just joined us, Josh Wesley was recalled to the AHL's Colorado Eagles. The 6 defensemen tonight will include Kyle Mayhew, who is second among all league rookie defensemen in points with 26 on the season. He has 7 goals and 19 assists. Keone Teixeira will be in the Grizzlies lineup as well. He has 1 goal and 10 assists in 30 games. We'll also see the Arizona State product Jacob Semick in there. He'll be paired up with Jordan Stone, who was a scratch last night, but Stone has certainly looked solid. In fact, Semick and Stone were each a +3 for the Grizzlies last Sunday in a 6-4 victory over the Tulsa Oilers. And we will also see Quinn Wickers out there, and he's going to be paired up with Robbie Stucker this evening. Wickers has certainly been a solid performer for the Grizzlies since they acquired him in a trade with the Wheeling Nailers. And it looks like Wickers is going to make an appearance against his former team this upcoming week, and that's the Grizzlies' next homestand, which is going to be 3 games against the Wheeling Nailers. It'll be the first ever visit for the Nailers to the Salt Lake Valley. In fact, the Grizzlies' next home game will be on Friday night. It's going to be an AFC Friday, where tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFC debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Next Saturday is certainly going to be a big one, as it's Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. So make sure next Saturday to get your tickets for Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night. And then the series concludes with a special Monday 3/10 start, Monday, February 19th. That's going to be Marvel Superhero Night, where the Grizzlies are going to be wearing Spider-Man themed specialty jerseys. When we come back, we'll go over the starting lineups for both teams. It's the Grizzlies and the Steelheads face off in about 10 minutes from now on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Maverick Center. And Tyson Whiting face off in just a few minutes. Let's get to the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, we're led by third-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. The assistant is Christian Horn. The equipment manager is Jackson Hibbard. And the athletic trainer is Colin Lee. Grizzlies have a record of 20, 24, and 1 this season. They have 41 standings points. They are 6-17-1 away from Maverick Center. But remember, the Grizzlies are 6-6-1 on the road over their last 13 games. Utah is currently in 5th place in the Mountain Division with 41 points. They're 2 points behind Allen for 4th place. So the Grizzlies will be rooting for the Tulsa Oilers as Tulsa is at Allen tonight. Tulsa is in 3rd place with 47 points, and Grizzlies fans would probably like a double forfeit there, but Grizzlies tonight will be rooting for Allen as the Utah victory and an Allen regulation loss Means the Grizzlies will be tied for 4th place in the Mountain Division once again. Starting in net for Utah is going to be Dante Januzzi. It will be his 23rd appearance this year. Dante's got a record of 9-13 with 1 shutout, which came on New Year's Eve against the Tulsa Oilers. He has a 3.35 goals against average and .899 save percentage. Januzzi is in his first season as a professional. He played the last 5 years with the WHL's Portland Winterhawks. The backup goaltender tonight is Will Cranley. He got the start in last night's game where he saved 22 of 26. The starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies is going to be Robbie Stucker. He's going to be making his second appearance in a Grizzlies uniform, his first road appearance, as the Grizzlies wearing the white jerseys this evening. Stucker appeared in 25 games with Iowa earlier this season and had 11 assists. He was acquired in a trade just 2 days ago for forward Dakota Raby. The other defenseman that's starting is Quinn Wickers, wearing number 12. Wickers is 6'4" and 215 pounds. In 28 games this year, he has 2 goals and 7 assists and a -1 rating. Wickers will be wearing number 12 and will be paired up with Robbie Stucker. The other 4 defensemen tonight include Kyle Mayhew, the star first-year pro. Mayhew this season has 7 goals and 19 assists, the 26 points, ranked second among all league rookie defensemen. And so it'll be interesting to see what Mayhew does tonight. He'll be paired up with Keone Teixeira, the 6-year pro. Teixeira, the former Wichita Thunder and Iowa and Indy Fuel skater. He used to play with Wichita and Indy. Teixeira is 6 feet and 210 pounds. This will be his 31st appearance this year. He has 1 goal and 10 assists in 30 games. He'll be wearing number 74. We'll also see Jacob Semick and Jordan Stone in there. Semick and Stone were each a +3 last Sunday against the Tulsa Oilers. So once again, the starting defensive pairing is Quinn Wickers and Robbie Stucker. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies tonight, the former Steelhead Aaron Aragon will start on the left wing. Aragon started the year with Idaho, and he was outstanding in 4 games before they released him. In 36 games overall, he has 9 goals and 4 assists. He has 7 goals and 1 assist in a Utah uniform. He'll be wearing number 15. The starting center is Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man. Of course, he's appeared in every game this season for Utah. This will be his 46th appearance this year. He's got 8 goals and 7 assists and an even plus-minus rating. Dylan Fitz is also going to be starting tonight. He'll be on the right wing. He's wearing number 13. Fitz has 8 goals and 10 assists in 30 games. So starting forwards once again are Aragon, Penner, and Fitz. We will also see Brandon Cutler in there for the Grizzlies. Cutler has certainly been outstanding. He had 1 assist last night. Cutler leads the Grizzlies with 20 goals this season. He has 8 goals in his last 11 games, and he is 3rd in the league overall in shots on goal with 171. Cutler will be paired up with Adam Berg, who's been a hot forward as of late. As we mentioned in the first segment, Berg has 13 points, 4 goals, and 9 assists in his last 15 games. Brett Stapley has a goal in 3 of his last 4 games. He has a point in 15 of his last 20 contests. Stapley leads Utah in assists with 26 and points with 38. He also leads Utah with 9 multiple-point games on the season. So we'll see Cutler as well as Adam Berg and Brett Stapley. You'll also see Nathan Burke. Burke in his first full season as a pro. He mentioned in the last segment that Burke was a college teammate with Robbie Stucker for 3 seasons at the University of Minnesota from 2018 through 2021. Cole Gallant is back for the second time after missing the 4-game road trip. Gallant is making his 42nd appearance this year. He has 7 goals and 23 assists. Burke and Gallant are each tied for the club lead for points among rookies with 30 this season. Gallant has 7 goals and 23 assists. Mick Messner will be in there for the 46th time this season. Messner, Penner, and Cutler are the only 3 Grizzlies players who have appeared in every game this season. Messner has 1 goal and 7 assists in his last 8 games. Overall, he has 11 goals and 13 assists in 45 contests. So we'll see Burke, Gallant, and Messner as a forward trio here tonight. We'll also see Jeremiah Addison making his 5th appearance this year. That makes him postseason eligible. Addison has 1 goal and 1 assist. Both of his points came last Sunday in Utah's 6-3 victory. That was the Grizzlies' most recent home game road game up until tonight. Utah's performed pretty well on the road. They had 5 out of a possible 8 standings points in the 4-game road trip last week. We'll also see Max Neal making a second pro appearance. Neal, earlier this season, played at the University of Waterloo and had 10 goals and 9 assists in 25 games. Last season, he played at Lindenwood University. He played in juniors with Johnstown and Minnesota of the NAHL. Neal is 6'1" and 190 pounds. His father, Mike Neal, was a third-round draft pick by the New York Islanders back in 1983. Mike Neal, his father, played in 5 seasons professionally. So we'll watch Max Neal tonight wearing number 6 for the Grizzlies. So that's the lineup for Utah. The starting forwards again are Fitz, Aragon, and Penner. The starting defensive pairing is Quinn Wickers and Robbie Stucker, with Dante Januzzi starting in net. For the homestanding Idaho Steelheads, they are led by last year's Coach of the Year, Everett Sheen. His assistant is Keenan Kelly. The Steelheads come into play tonight with a record of 30, 13, 1-1. They are 15, 7, 1-1 at home. They also have 15 road victories on the season. Last night, Brian Thompson saved 15 of 16 in net, and he'll be the starting goaltender once again this evening. Thompson is 6'5" and 183 pounds. He's been the workhorse for Idaho this year. He's making his 27th appearance. He's got a record of 16, 7, 1-1 with 1 shutout, a 2.76 goals against average, and a 912 save percentage. The backup goaltender tonight is Jared Moe. Starting defensive pairing for the Steelheads, Roman Rudzinski wearing number 10 will be in there. Rudzinski in 19 games has 2 goals and 4 assists. He'll be paired up with Lincoln Earn, who in 37 games this year has 2 goals and 12 assists. He started the season with the Newfoundland Growlers. The other defensemen we're expected to see tonight for Idaho include Matt Register, Patrick Hudla, Ben Zalotti, and Trevor Zins. Ben Zalotti was the number 1 star last night, where he had 1 goal and had +3 rating for the Steelheads in their 4-1 victory over Utah. Starting forwards for the Steelheads, Dimitros Koumatsis. He scored the Steelheads' first goal, which was .253 into last night's game. Koumatsis, the product of Arizona State University, where he was a college teammate with Grizzlies defenseman Jacob Semick. Koumatsis has 3 goals and 3 assists and an even rating in 25 games. Jade Miller will also be in the starting lineup for Idaho. He has 4 goals and 2 assists in 11 games. This is his second season with the Steelheads. He previously played with South Carolina. And we'll also see Colton Keller, who was a scratch in last night's game. Keller, in 41 games this season, has 6 goals and 11 assists and a +2 rating. Keller has had quite a bit of success against the Grizzlies in past years. In 4 games against Utah, he has 1 goal and 2 assists. Other forwards to watch out for include Mark Rassel, who scored a third-period goal last night. Rassel has 6 goals in 5 games against the Grizzlies this season. Rassel has 25 goals on the year, which is tied for the league lead. Also watch out for Wade Murphy, who's a +32 this season for Idaho. That +32 rating leads the league. Murphy in 44 games has 22 goals and 32 assists. Ty Pelton-Bice is second in the league in plus-minus. He'll be in there for the Steelheads. He has 11 goals and 33 assists and a +30 rating in 37 games. Grizzlies are wearing a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim. Idaho is wearing a black jersey with white numbers, a little bit of a dark outline to the numbers. White lettering in the back, a little bit of gray, either gray or silver on the shoulders, and either that gray or silver on the bottom of the jersey. Looks like a great crowd is filing in here to Idaho Central Arena. They're expecting over 5,200 here, as the capacity is just about 5,200 here at Idaho Central Arena. This is a place that was built about the same time as Maverick Center, as I think both arenas opened up in 1997. When we come back, we'll have face-off here at Idaho Central Arena. 6th meeting this season between the clubs. It's the second meeting between the Grizzlies and Steelheads this year. We're back for face-off here in a moment on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 19...
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Grizzlies take on the Steelheads for the sixth time this season. Starting in net for Utah is Dante Januzzi, who's got the long hair. He waves his hair back and forth. He's wearing number 73. Januzzi's making his 23rd appearance this year. He's got a record of 9-13 with an .899 save percentage. Robbie Stucker is making his first start in a Grizzlies uniform wearing number 40. He's one defenseman. He's paired up with Quinn Wickers. The Iron Man Tyler Penner will take the opening draw. He's got Fitz on the right wing and Aaron Aragon on the left side. For Idaho, they are starting with Dimitrios Koumatsis, who scored a goal last night. Jade Miller will be the starting center. Colton Keller will be on the left wing, standing next to Aaron Aragon. The starting defensive pairing for Idaho is Lincoln Earn and Roman Radzinski. Same referee as last night, Evan Reddick, who's in his first season as a referee. He's a previous linesman in this league. The linesmen are Joshua Burkhart and Craig Peterson. Puck is dropped. Grizzlies won the draw on the white jerseys tonight. They skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 203 as Wickers skates out towards new tries. He gets it back to Stucker, who skates down the middle. Stucker gets the center ice, and he'll drive it along the boards as Thompson lets it go towards the far corner. Penner gets pushed by Lincoln Earn. Puck flips in the air. It's gloved and dropped by Penner. He gets it up top to Wickers. He dishes to his right for Stucker. Stucker on the right wing will tap it to the near corner. Fitz goes down as he was looking for a penalty on Miller. As the puck shuffles back towards the near corner, Penner delivers a hit as he hits Koumatsis, who's trying to locate the puck. Penner comes out with it. He tries to get to Fitz, who got on one knee. Now Fitz gallops after it. He's on the right side as Fitz will skate towards a point. He'll push it back in deep as it bounced off of Aragon's stick. Puck goes to Idaho. They skate from right to left as Jade Miller carries out to new tries. He angles it to the right. It ricochets off the boards. Teixeira moves ahead to Aragon. He shuffles into the zone over to Cutler. One-timer saved by Thompson. And he holds on as the first shot of the game was a rocket from the left point by Brandon Cutler that was gloved about waist high by Brian Thompson. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game. Who's scoring first? Becky's going to go with Adam Berg. I think I'm going to go with Brett Stapley. He's taking the face-off now with Cutler and Adam Berg out there along with Teixeira and Kyle Mayhew. As Stapley takes the draw, he falls down, taken against the Idaho captain, A.J. White. Steelheads win the draw. They'll get it out to the near side. It bounced off the stick of Will Merchant. Puck goes back to Teixeira. He's at new tries. Teixeira across the center. He saucers it out to Stapley. Glanced off his stick and goes to the far corner deep in the Steelhead zone. Register rolls it towards the near side. White gallops after it as the puck trickles towards Mayhew off his stick. Cudlett outlets it to Kawaguchi. Enters the zone 2-on-2. Kawaguchi left circle centers and out in front towards Merchant. It goes wide. Register back to Merchant as the puck bounces. As Stapley gets to Cutler, flips it high into the air. A gentle push and a mild arc. And Old Biscuit goes into neutral ice. Grizzlies have it with Mayhew back towards Semick, who surveys. Now he flips it out towards Messner, who backhands it towards Gallant. Gallant near the Grizzlies bench. Gets around Berg, crosses center ice, trying to dump it in. It bounced off of Mark Rassel. As now the Steelheads get to the line. Murphy fires it in. As Semick behind Januzzi's net will shuffle it towards the far side. As Rassel battles with Messner, goes to Semick, the Arizona State product. Gets out towards Messner. One hands it to Gallant. 2-on-3. Gallant crosses center ice, and he'll flip it in as Messner chases after it. Trevor Zinn's in the far corner. As he'll bouncing off a Grizzly ankle, and that's Nathan Burke. As Murphy will tap it off the far boards. It goes to neutral ice, and it trickles into the Grizzly zone. Stucker chases after it. He gets a good shoulder from Mark Rassel, but moves it to the near side. Burke crosses center, tried to dump it in, but fanned on it. Now Burke gets it back, and the whistle blows. The Grizzlies were offside. As Burke tried to dump it in, it bounced off of Zalati. He got it back, but Brandon Cutler had already entered into the Steelhead zone. 17:33 left in the first. We're still early on. I would say grab some chips and dip, but that's for tomorrow night. You're going to have to eat healthy this evening. So grab a Caesar salad and something healthy and enjoy a little bit of Saturday with us, the day before the big game between the Niners and Chiefs. Grizzlies win the neutral zone draw. Wickers will wrap it around the boards as Jeremiah Addison has a tap off his stick as the puck bounces back at center ice. Wickers moves it towards Max Neal. It glanced off his stick. Now it goes back to Nick Canati, who's acting as a forward tonight. He didn't play last night. Francisco Arcuri steps over the line as he'll skate towards his left. Arcuri dances around the high slot. He's being challenged by Neal as the puck goes away. As Mayhew right wings it out to Cutler, who steps over the line 2-on-2. Cutler right wing, he'll take a shot. He scores! Brandon Cutler gets his team leading 21st of the year. And the Grizzlies draw first blood exactly 3 minutes in. As Cutler high-fives everybody on the Grizzlies bench as he just got to the right dot and fired a missile glove side past Thompson. As Cutler, he scored in a variety of ways. He just got into the circle and roofed it over Thompson's glove. So exactly 3 minutes in, Brandon Cutler gives the Grizzlies a 1-0 lead. And he is the opt-in first goal of the game scorer. As a draw won by the Steelheads, as Aragon, Penner, and Fitz are out there. As Kawaguchi steps over the line, but he's offside as Will Merchant entered before the puck. And so we get a whistle with 16:53 left in the first. I think if I remember right, Mayhew is the one that delivered the pass to Cutler, which means Mayhew should get his 20th assist of the season. That is my memories, right? It rarely is, though. As Idaho wins the draw, Merchant backhanded in, but it didn't go very far. As Teixeira will clear all the way out. As Radzinski gets it behind his net as Utah leads 1-0. The Grizz have taken the first two shots here tonight. As Roman Radzinski left wings it out towards White, who couldn't handle it. It goes to center ice, and Merchant will saucer it in. Januzzi behind his net will get it to Teixeira to the left side. He feeds it to Aragon, who diagonals it to Penner. He gets it 1-on-2. Penner skates over the line, drops off for Fitz. Fitz gets it poked away by Register. It goes to Merchant, who hustles across center ice. Merchant gains the line. He's being back checked by Aragon as Merchant will fire it off the backboards. Aragon will tap it off of Kawaguchi's ankle. Fitz back near the boards as he's being challenged by Kawaguchi. He'll backhand it across to Teixeira around Utah's net. Teixeira over towards Wickers as Wickers stands in the far circle and surveys. Now tattoo it out towards center ice for Penner. He tried to backhand it to Burke, but it went towards Berg's right. And it goes back towards Wade Murphy, who pivots around Berg. Now he moves to Pelton Bice, who gets to the far circle. He backhands it out, looking for Rassel, but the puck trickles on two hops of the ice onto Januzzi, who gloves it and holds on with 15:47 left in the first. So draw is going to be to the left of Dante Januzzi. It's going to be in the far circle as Idaho skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 203. Stapley stares down Pelton Bice. Draw won by the Steelheads. Mark Rassel, 25 goals this season. Shot. Now blocker saved by Januzzi towards the near side. Cutler gets to Wickers, who skates around Utah's net. He'll throw it behind his back for Stucker, who backhands it back towards Wickers, who gets to Stapley to neutralize, back to Wickers, who gets to center ice, and he'll lift it with a gentle push and a mild arc out deep into the Steelhead zone as Murphy on the far side across to Cudla, who gets the bouncing puck. Cudla skates into the zone 3-on-3, ahead to Rassel, take a left wing shot, saved by Januzzi. Cudla was looking for the rebound and swung and missed. Murphy gets the bouncing puck on the right side over towards Bice. Bice trying to get to Cudla. It bounced off of Stapley's ankle as Stapley gets a good shoulder from Pelton Bice. Wickers gets pushed. Rassel, right wing, skates towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. And it's blocked by Stucker as Rassel rolls it around the boards behind Utah's net. Murphy battles with Stapley. Kicks out in front. Stucker has it. Stucker gets challenged by Rassel, but moves ahead to Berg, who taps it off the glass. Register gloves it and drops it near the Grizzlies bench. Utah makes a line change. Idaho backs out, making a change of their own as Register will carry the puck deep in his own zone in front of Thompson. Now he starts the attack. Far wing pass towards Trevor Zins. Ahead to Keller. Got a piece of it. New try. So goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi over to Messner. Who taps it off the Miller stick. Puck got air under it as Messner tosses it to the far side for Berg. He gets pushed in the back by Zins. He gets to Mayhew. Mayhew left wings it out towards Gallant, but it tipped off of Zins' stick and goes deep into the Steelhead zone. Mayhew feeds it up top, but nobody home in the right point. Teixeira gets it back at the Utah line. Teixeira rolls in front of Januzzi. Now he gets to Gallant on the near side. Across towards Messner. It's picked off by Keller. He'll flip it in as the puck trickles off the ice, off the near boards. Nathan Burke out towards Gallant. Gallant surveys 23 assists this season. He gets around Zalotti at center ice, but Jade Miller divorced him from the puck. He'll backhand it across the Zins, who gets it to Kanati down the middle. Kanati steps over the line. Addison took it away. Good defensive play by Jeremiah Addison, the former Canadiens draft pick. Wickers across towards Semick. Back to Wickers. He's 10 feet in front of Januzzi. He throws it to the right side for Neal. It tapped off his stick. It goes in the Steelhead zone. Neal chases after it, but Rudzinski gathers it. He'll throw it across the Lincoln urn. Back towards Rudzinski on the near side. He'll saucer it to center ice. It goes over Merchant. Stick onto R. Curry. 2-on-1. Left wing shot. Kick save by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Stapley, who backhands it out to center ice. The puck trickles towards the Idaho line. Rudzinski moves it ahead towards Kanati. Now Kanati pivots and gets to Rudzinski in the left wing. Rudzinski steps over the line. Left wing shot. Kick save by Januzzi. Rebound. Nil fires it off the far wing boards. Kanati gets in deeper as Wickers gathers it in the near corner. He shuffles it to Aragon, who gets hit in the back by Merchant. Kanati at neutral ice will lift it high in as Semick chases after it. Both teams will change up forwards as Semick behind Januzzi's net towards the far side gets it back to Stucker. Stucker will start the attack. He'll toss it off to Kawaguchi. It goes back to Januzzi, but Semick gets it just to the left of Januzzi. Now he gets it to Penner near side. He dances around. Now feeds it out to center ice. It tapped off a Cudless stick. Fitz chases after it, but Register moves ahead to Kawaguchi. Right wing pass to White. He drops it for Rassel. Rassel drops it for Cudless. Far circle. Take a lefty shot. And a pad save by Januzzi as Rassel will get it back towards the right point for Cudless. Across to Register. Register switches places with Cudless. Aragon took it away from Register as Register spins Aragon around and he gets it far side. He'll tap it up top for Kawaguchi, who directs it towards White. Hot pass. He bobbled it, and it goes to Zins on the left side across the Register as we're 8 minutes in. Kawaguchi right side lefty shot and a score. And Jordan Kawaguchi has tied it up as he was over in the far circle and just went low past the right ankle of Januzzi. So Brandon Cutler scored 3 minutes in, and it's Jordan Kawaguchi, who was last season's team MVP. Kawaguchi is making his 4th appearance. It's his first goal this season. He came out of retirement. Kawaguchi had 26 goals in 57 games last year. As a guy, they throw one fish on the ice after Idaho's first goal, and a guy in a odd-looking fish hat wiggles the fish back and forth as he skates towards the tunnel that Idaho's defending behind their net. Now the fish is off the ice. We're tied at 1, 12:08 into the left in the first period. Idaho's taken the last 7 shots after the Grizzlies took the first 2 of the evening. So we're tied at 1. Utah's got a goal by Cutler. Idaho answers with Kawaguchi. Neutral ice. Utah won the draw. Berg will backhand it in. Zalotti chases after it. Zalotti was a star in the WHL previously. Over to Bice, who gets to Will Marchant. You toss ahead towards Murphy. Right wings it to Zins. It glanced off his ankle. It goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Teixeira hustles after it. He'll backhand it in the near corner for Cutler. Cutler will flip it to neutral ice. Puck settles to Berg as Berg skates towards the Idaho bench. He's cut off by Zalotti. Mayhew fires it in as it bounced off the ice on one hop of the ice. Hopped off the boards as Zins skates down the middle. He gets the neutral ice. Zins fakes to his right, gets the center ice, and he backhands it in as the puck gets there under it. As Teixeira gathers it far side. He'll move it ahead to Burke, who couldn't get the wobbling puck. Now Gallant takes it. He'll skate down the middle. He splits the double team. Zins took it away, and Keller crashed into Thompson. The whistle blows as the net gets dislodged. 11-12 left in the first. Idaho has tied it up with Jordan Kawaguchi after Brandon Cutler got Utah on the board first, 3 minutes in. We'll come back in 1 minute as we're tied at 1. Actually, it looks like the officials are saying let's play on. So we'll put the net back in place. And it looks like we'll have some hockey as Draw's going to be in the Steelhead zone. Grizzlies got off to a quick start offensively, taking the first 2 shots, but Idaho's responded with 7 straight shots, including the Kawaguchi goal that was assisted by Matt Register and Trevor Zins. On the Grizzlies goal that was scored 3 minutes in, let's see if we can get the assist. I think Mayhew ended up getting one of the assists. Let's see who ended up getting that other assist. We'll tell you in a little bit. The Draw's going to be in the near circle. Matt Register will take it against Ty Pelton Bice. Those guys were teammates at the University of Wisconsin for a year. Off the draw, Burke with a backhand shot and a shoulder save by Thompson. The 2 Wisconsin products. Messner battles with Bice. And so he'll get it up top for Stucker. He'll take a righty shot. Kick saved by Thompson. Utah feeds it out in front. It bounced off of Thompson's pad. Will Merchant in the near side. Gets the Zins, who picked up an assist on the Kawaguchi goal. Across off the far boards to Murphy, who clears it out to center. As Burke backhands it off of Murphy. Now the Steelheads enter. Bice gets pushed by Neal and gets divorced in the puck as Nathan Burke gets a good body check from Murphy. Grizzlies get it with Neal, 2-on-3. Across the center ice. He enters his own left wing. He'll skate to the circle. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Thompson. As Max Neal, who had 1 shot last night, picks up his first shot this evening. Now there's a timeout with 10:32 left in the first. We're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Getting a little noisy in Boise halfway through the first period. We're tied at 1. Brandon Cutler scored exactly 3 minutes in. You know what they say when you assume Quinn Wickers picked up an assist on the Cutler goal, not Mayhew, even though Mayhew was on the ice. Mayhew, right wing, lefty shot. Goes wide off the boards as Utah won the faceoff there in the attack zone. Cutler gets double teamed, taking the puck away is Jade Miller. They'll move it out to Kumatsis right wing. Kumatsis steps over the line. He stops. He'll fire it towards the net. It's blocked by Teixeira's ankle. Cutler skates the other way with speed. He crosses center ice. Now he enters the zone. Register poked it away. And Cutler gets it back at neutral ice. He'll skate into Grizzlies territory at the Utah line. He's being challenged by Kumatsis, but he'll slide it towards Mayhew in front of Janucci's net. Mayhew gets it towards Teixeira on the far side as Teixeira dances around the far circle. Now he skates behind Janucci's net to reset the attack. As Grizzlies get new forwards, Aragon out there with Penner, and Dylan Fitz. Fitz gets the puck near side. Left wing pass towards Aragon, bounced off his glove. Goes out towards Kanadi, who slides it off of Penner's ankle. Kumatsis gets it in front of Fitz. He gets the center ice. Kumatsis with good speed steps over the line, and he'll fire it in as he gets off the ice after a shift. As Stucker backhands it towards Wickers, who slides along the far boards to Aragon. Aragon tried to advance it to Penner. It's poked away by Arcuri, and White gets it far side. White towards the circle, centers it out to Kanadi, pass behind him. Fitz will saucer it out to center ice, goes back towards Trevor Zins, but moves it across to White. Now across to Zlati. Zlati steps over the line, gets around Stapley, trying to get around Mayhew, but Mayhew spun around. Aragon will flip it into the Grizzlies bench, where it's gloved by Adam Berg. It got tipped off the glass, so no delay of game, and it probably wouldn't have been delay of game either way going into the Grizzlies bench. 9:03 is left in the first. We're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for every.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
We're tied at 1, 9:03 left in the first period. Idaho's taken 7 shots. Grizzlies have 4. Weiss will take the drop for Idaho against Brett Stapley. Stapley leads the Grizzlies in assist points this year. Stapley wins a draw. Mayhew gets it around Utah's net to Teixeira. Ahead towards Berg. It gets spun around by Murphy. Idaho enters the zone. Weiss gets taken away by Teixeira. Advances it to Cutler, who tried to split a double team. Murphy took the puck away from him. As they get it towards Rassel, who taps it in. Januzzi behind his net lets Teixeira play it. He'll move it out to the far side for Berg. Berg angles it to the right. The puck skips on the ice. Cutler chasing after it. So is Zalotti. Zalotti gets there first. Cutler closes the gap as he drags down Zalotti. Grizzlies around the net. Berg right side shot. Saved by Thompson. As the Steelheads moving ahead to Wade Murphy. 2-on-3. Gets the Rassel. He gets poked away by Mayhew far side. Now goes back to Murphy. They'll skate in. Backhand shot. Kick save by Januzzi. As Cutler rolls along the boards towards the far side. Earn keeps it in. He'll fire it towards the net. It gets redirected and goes wide as it bounced off of Mayhew. Rodzinski throws to Murphy. It gets pushed by Mayhew and taking the puck is Stapley. As Stapley lifts it high into the air as the puck skips on the ice like a spinning top. Far side run down by Merchant. Grizzlies sneak in a full line change. Merchant crosses center ice. He'll fire it in. He spent earlier this season in the EIHL. It's his 6th season with Idaho overall. Puck bounced off of Burke's shoulder. As the Steelheads get to the near circle where Semick takes it, he'll tap it off the boards for Gallant. Back to Semick, who directs it towards Wickers. Wickers ahead to Burke as Nathan Burke settles into the zone, skates towards the left circle, and he gets taken away from behind by Merchant, who horizontals it out towards Kawaguchi. Now White in the left wing. He gets around Semick. White tried to center it out in front. It bounced off of Semick's skate and goes into the Steelhead zone as Cudler runs it down. Grizzlies sneak in a defensive pairing of Teixeira and Stucker. Idaho regains the line. Merchant down the middle. Lefty shot. Kick saved by Januzzi. Rebound taps towards the near corner as White gets pushed by Addison. Up top, Register. Left point across to Cudler, who gets it down the middle for Kumatsis, who gets it poked away and taken by Gallant. Gallant carries it towards center ice, and he'll lightly tap it into the left corner. Register runs it down as Addison closes the gap. As Register gets to Cudler, who tattoos it off the far boards, goes into the Utah line as Teixeira saucers it across to Stucker as the puck got air under it. Stucker across to Teixeira behind Januzzi's net as he looks over his left shoulder. Now to Stucker on the near side. They'll move it to Addison, the former Canadian draft pick, over to Neal. Gets taken away by Kumatsis, who took the body. Right side, shot, blocker saved by Januzzi. That was taken from Keller from the right wing. As Jade Miller feeds it out in front, it goes to the far circle for Cudler, who gets around Berg. Cudler now behind the net towards the left side as he'll skeet towards a point. Cudler now stops in the high slot. He feathers it towards Keller as Stucker cuts in front of him to take it away. Good job by Robbie Stucker, who's played well tonight. He'll lift it in the air as the puck bounces to the left side. Cudler sticks it before it went to Berg. Right wing Steelheads re-enter as Miller lays it for Register, skates towards the far corner. He gets hit by Aragon. Now up top to Kanadi, across to Zins. One-timer, and it bounced off of Januzzi's glove and taps off the end glass. Register gets pushed by Aragon and double-teamed by Penner. Penner throws to the far corner. Grizzlies will shuffle it to the near side. Mayhew runs it down as he stops and moves it ahead. Left point, Kanadi shot is blocked by Wickers, who gets the puck far circle. Wickers will dance around the far circle. Now gets it across to Mayhew, who directs it back towards Wickers. Wickers pushes it out to center ice as Aragon got pushed by Zins. Penner, near corner, deep in the Steelhead zone, will bounce it off of Zalotti. Now the puck goes back towards Zins, who collides with Penner. Now around the net, it goes to Arcuri. He tried to get to Bice. Stucker kept it in the right point. Now the puck goes towards Arcuri as the puck keeps pinballing around. Arcuri settles into the zone, stops in the right point, gets to Kanadi down the middle. Kanadi towards his left, shot is blocked away. Grizzlies clear it out to center where Earn gets it. Earn will drive it around the boards as it takes a smooth ride towards Stucker. Lets it go to Cutler, back to Stucker. Stucker keeps his head up and gets it back towards Cutler, who skates to neutral ice. Left wing pass towards Semick connects. They'll drop it off for Berg as the Grizzlies enter the zone. They'll tap it off a Murphy skate. Semick around towards Stapley out in front. Shot and scores! Adam Berg gets the goal on a great centering pass out in front. as Stapley's going to get an assist. Great pass by Stapley to Berg, and Adam Berg gives Utah a 2-1 lead. For Berg, it's his 8th goal of the season. As Grizzlies were able to get it in deep. Stapley behind the net was just behind Thompson's left shoulder. He just feathered it out in front towards Berg as Berg tapped it off an Idaho skate. They show a replay. Semick got it towards Stapley. Then Stapley fed it in front of the crease for Berg, who put it away. So Stapley and Semick should get the assist on the Berg goal. And Adam Berg has been just about a point a game type of score over the last month. As Everett Sheen having some words for the referee tonight, Evan Reddick. It's looked like a pretty clean goal from what we saw. As Utah's taken a 2-1 lead on goals from Brandon Cutler and Adam Berg. Draw's going to be at center ice. Now they're going to go to video replay. Now it looked like he was going to go towards video replay, but we play on. Grizzlies lead 2-1. As Utah will take the draw. Mayhew back in his own end. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the first period as Gallant trying to get towards Burke. It's taken away by Rassel. He'll step over the line, high slot. He'll veer over to the left. Rassel gets a screen from White. He'll take a shot blocked by Mayhew. Left wing shot. Saved by Januzzi as they got it towards White in the near side. And he fired away, but Januzzi was able to make a save, covering up the 5-hole. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first. Adam Berg has given the Grizzlies a 2-1 lead here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Steelheads 1. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first period. Adam Berg scored 15-12 in. It's his 8th of the year. Stapley and Semick got the assists. Draws in the near circle. Ty Pelton Bice will take it against Mick Messner. Both Bice and Messner attended the University of Wisconsin. As the draw won by Idaho, Rassel shot and a glove saved by Januzzi as he just kind of backhanded it with his glove, kind of like a baseball first baseman. So draw's going to be in the near circle once again. 4:27 left in the first. It's been a pretty good start for the Grizzlies here as they lead 2-1. Already more goals here tonight than they had all of last night in the 4-1 loss. Draw one by Idaho. Lincoln Earn skates towards the near side. He's being pushed by Burke. As Earn gets it up top, Gallant took it away. Gallant gets the center ice. He'll tap it in as it glanced off of Rodzinski's stick. Messner hustles down and gets it in the far corner as he battles with Bice. Gallant over there hacking away as well. Rodzinski joins the play. They'll skate around Idaho's net as Messner took a seat. As Rodzinski feathers it across the right side as the Steelheads enter. Murphy drops off for Bice. Back towards Murphy. One-timer and a stick flies apart as it breaks in two. As Burke gets it towards Gallant. Gallant gets it sticked away by Kudla, but Gallant gets it back. He'll lift it high into the air as it bounces to Kudla. Blue line to blue line pass connects to Murphy, who skips it to the near corner as Merchant gets it poked away by Wickers. And Neal has a glance off his stick towards Addison, far side. Addison over to Neal, make that Wickers. So he gets the center ice, and he'll lift it in as Thompson behind the net cuts it off. He'll throw it to the far side for Register. Now up top for Wickers, left point. Wickers fires towards the net. Aga redirected and goes wide as it bounced off a Neal's stick. Addison on the right side will bounce it off of White. Goes to center ice. Kawaguchi gets hit by Addison, and taking it back in the Grizzlies zone is Stucker. On one knee, gets it to Neal at the Utah line. Neal crosses center ice, and he'll loft it in. Near side, Register pokes it back from one corner to the other, goes to Merchant. As the Steelhead skate from right to left, they cross center ice. Merchant enters the zone, he gets around Penner. Merchant now around the net towards the near side. He backhands to Kudla, who swings and didn't get much on it. That kind of looked like my golf game. Kudla left side gets it behind the net as White backhands it back towards Kudla. He'll throw it to Kumatsi's left side. He fakes a shot. Now he fires towards the net and is blocked by Cutler. Left point, Kudla over to Kumatsis, who had a goal last night. He tried to center to bounce off a Semick stick As Semet Kumatsis, the former Arizona State products. As Kumatsis gets the puck on the right side, Aragon poked it away. He bounced off a Register, kept it in. As Register gets double-teamed, he'll backhand it to the far corner for White. White fakes it to Register. Now he gets it to him. As Register around the net gets pushed by Aragon. As Register goes down, we haven't had a single penalty yet. As Aragon will backhand it towards the left point. Kudla kept it in. Kudla will skate towards the right side. Drops it off for Miller down the middle over to the right side. Shot to score! As Dimitros Kumatsis has tied it up at 2. As he now has to go in back-to-back games. As Kumatsis just fired away from the far circle. And it just trickled in past Januzzi. So Idaho, who has outshot Utah 15-6, has found the tying goal. Miller over to Kumatsis, who just bounced it off of Januzzi's right pad and ended up in the back of the net. As Januzzi didn't look like he had much of a vision on it. Then he glided towards his left, and it just trickled past Dante and went into the back of the net. So Grizzlies have goals from Cutler and Berg, and they are sandwiched by goals from Kawaguchi and Dimitros Kumatsis. Kumatsis now with a goal in back-to-back games. He has 4 this season. Grizzlies win the face-off as Teixeira will slide it towards Wickers. As Wickers will carry it to Neutrais. So back to Teixeira. As Teixeira gets a new try, so throw it to the right for Messner. Messner steps over the line, and he'll pitchfork it in. As Gallant races after it, but Trevor Zins gets there first. Zins in the far corner avoids the referee. As Gallant pushes Zins, but Zins will backhand it towards the near corner. As the Steelheads get pushed by Burke. Burke battles with Salati. It goes to Bice, who gets a good shoulder from Gallant. So Steelheads get to Rassel out at Neutrais. He crosses the red. Now he steps over the blue. Rassel veers off into the far side. He gets it in the corner again after trickling it over there. Zlati back in the near side, being shadowed by Gallant. Zlati trying to get to Bice, but Bice was skating towards the Grizzlies bench and it exits the zone. As Zlati keeps it, no backing it in slowly as the Steelheads make a change. We're tied at 2 with 1:13 and counting left in the first. Wickers gets to the far side for Mayhew. Directs it towards Stapley on the right side. Stapley gets around Miller. He steps over the line. Right circle. Stapley toe drag. Shot and a score. Brett Stapley gets his 13th of the year. And late in the first period, Utah has taken a 3-2 lead. That's happened a few times this year where Stapley got to the right circle, just kind of dragged the stick on kind of a toe drag towards the slot and went glove side over Brian Thompson. All 3 forwards on that line now have a goal. Cutler, Berg, and Stapley. As Stapley was being back-checked by Miller, but he was able to fire away over Thompson's glove. So it's Utah 3, Idaho 2, 1:03 left in the first. Draw one by the Steelheads. Our Curry will backhand it in and chase after it. Stucker with good speed. Gets there behind the net. He gets pushed by our Curry, but he directs it across towards Mayhew, who pushed it behind Stapley. As the puck pinballs towards Cudla over to the right side. Shot, kick save by Januzzi. As the shot was taken by our Curry, who scored a goal last night from about that same spot. Cudla gets around Berg. He gets pushed by Stucker as Cudla fires towards the net. It's taken away by Mayhew, who moves out towards his college teammate Stapley. Now over to Miller, left side. Miller will skate towards the point, and he tried to get towards Kanadi, but he was skating towards the net. Register couldn't get the bouncing puck. Utah 3-on-2. Berg crosses center ice. Now it's a 3-on-3. Berg enters the zone. Nobody else did. So just backhanded in as Berg collided with Kanadi. Deep in the Steelhead zone, Idaho has it. They'll move it out towards Merchant on the far side. 13 seconds left in the period. He crosses center ice. He steps over the line, gets to Kawaguchi. Right circle, lefty shot. Kick save by Januzzi. Rebound goes out to Nil, who tattoos it off the far wing boards to center ice. Cudla gets at his blue line, and that will do it for 20 glorious minutes and exciting minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. Brandon Cutler, Adam Berg, and Brett Stapley each have first period goals. Idaho got goals from Jordan Kawaguchi and Dimitros Kumatsis. Both teams head to their respective locker rooms, and when we come back in 2 minutes, we'll recap what certainly turned out to be an exciting first period. Once the score after 1, it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 2. We're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Well, we're back at Idaho Central Arena and what certainly turned out to be an entertaining and interesting first 20 minutes of play. Grizzlies got on the board exactly 3 minutes in as Quinn Wickers was in his own zone, diagonal to pass to the right to Cutler. Cutler got it. He skated towards the right circle and fired away, and he got it past Brian Thompson, glove side, exactly 3 minutes in as Cutler gets his team leading 21st of the season. For Quinn Wickers, it's his 8th assist of the campaign. Almost 5 minutes later, Jordan Kawaguchi found the back of the net as he scored from the right wing. Kawaguchi got his first of the season. It's only his 4th game as the Steelheads convinced him to come out of retirement. He had 26 goals in 57 games last season for Idaho. Matt Register and Trevor Zins picked up the assists. Time of goal, 7:52 into the first period. Late in the first, Utah took a 2-1 lead as Adam Berg got his 8th of the year, with Brett Stapley and Jacob Semick getting the assists. As Semick was in the far side, just kind of backhanded across to Stapley. Stapley was towards the end boards, just behind Thompson's left shoulder, and Stapley feathered it out in front to Berg. Berg got it and fired it past the goal line to give Utah a 2-1 lead. And you talk about outstanding forward lines. Boy, well, you talk about the great combination that Stapley, Cutler, and Berg have turned into. And for Adam Berg, he's been just about a point a game for the Grizzlies over the last month. He gets his 8th of the year. For Stapley, it's his team leading 27th assist. And for Jacob Semick, it's his 8th assist of the season. Idaho responded with the tying goal as Kumatsi scored 17:53 in, with Jade Miller and Patrick Kudla getting the assist. So Kumatsi now has a goal in back-to-back games, and that tied it up at 2, 17:53 into the first period. Late in the first, right now it's listed as unassisted. They might have added some assists later on, but Brett Stapley scored from the right side. And he's actually scored a few goals in that same style where he gets to the right circle, just kind of toe drags it towards his left, gets a shooting angle, and then roofs it over, most of the time glove side, into the back of the net. And that's exactly what happened as Stapley scored 18:57 into the period. That gave Utah a 3-2 lead, and that's where we stand now. Grizzlies took the first 2 shots of the game, and then Idaho responded with the next 7. Currently, the Steelheads have 17 shots, and the Grizzlies have 7. So Idaho really was busy, and they made Dante Januzzi work in the first 20 minutes of play. Januzzi had quite a few shots glance off his pads, but the Grizzlies did a good job out in front, making sure Idaho couldn't collect too many rebounds there in the first period. For the Grizzlies, among their 7 shots, Adam Berg and Brandon Cutler each have 1 goal on 2 shots. Max Neal, Brett Stapley, and Nathan Burke each have 1 shot in the period. Obviously, Stapley's 1 shot found the back of the net late in the first period. For Idaho, they had 17 shots in the first period. Mark Rassel leads the way with 4. Rassel has 6 goals against the Grizzlies this season, and Rassel is tied for the league lead with 25 goals on the season. Francisco Arcuri and Jordan Kawaguchi each have 2 shots, and then a bunch of other Steelheads have 1 shot on goal through 20 minutes of play. So after 1, it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Steelheads 2, and what turned out to be a very entertaining and interesting first period of play. When we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports, including some NHL and ECHL games. As through 1 period, the Grizzlies lead the Steelheads 3-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Through 1 period, Utah leads 3-2. Brandon Cutler, Brett Stapley, and Adam Berger on the same forward line tonight, and all 3 forwards have a goal for Utah. Idaho has goals from Jordan Kawaguchi and Demetrius Kumatsis. There wasn't a single penalty committed in the first 20 minutes of play. Other action from around the league. Newfoundland defeats Greenville 5-1. In overtime, Norfolk is a 4-3 winner over Trois-Rivières, as the game winner was scored by, is that Garrett Sargis? I think Sargis, the former Grizzly of 2 years ago, is now playing for Norfolk. Sargis gets the second of the year. It's G. Sargis. If it's the same guy, it'd be interesting to see him in a month. He was a pretty good performer for the Grizzlies for most of 2 seasons ago. And it looks like Garrett Sargis scored the game winner 3:06 into overtime as Norfolk defeats Trois-Rivières 4-3. Other action in the league, Savannah defeats South Carolina 2-1. That game ended in a shootout. The 2-time defending champion Florida Everblades defeat Adirondack 3-1. Other games have gone final. Jacksonville over Orlando 4-1. In overtime, Kalamazoo gets a 3-2 victory over Toledo. Atlanta and Indy are just entering overtime, tied at 3. So both teams get a standing point, and we'll figure out later on who gets that second point. Cincinnati defeats Iowa 2-1. Former Grizzly forward Dakota Raby was a scratch last night, and it looks like Raby is a scratch once again this evening, as Raby was traded to Iowa a couple days ago for Stucker, Robbie Stucker. It was certainly a pretty, I think Stucker had a pretty good first period. You talk about a guy that makes good decisions with the puck. He's got good size. Looks like Robbie Stucker is going to be a keeper, as he was one of Utah's best performers in this first period. Busy night in the league. A couple other finals. Worcester defeats Maine 3-2, and Wheeling shuts out Reading 3-0. It'll be interesting to see the Wheeling Nailers. It looks like they're on an absolute tear right now, as the Nailers, with the victory, their record goes to 28-16-1-1, as the Nailers have now won 12 in a row, as they get a shutout, and all 3 of the Wheeling goals tonight were scored by the Rooster. Jordan Martell got his 22nd, 23rd, and 24th goals of the season, and he scored 1 in the second and 2 in the third. So Jordan Martell gets the hat trick for Wheeling. Martell and the Wheeling Nailers will be in town next Friday for the first of a 3-game series. Friday night's going to be an AFCU Friday, where tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Don't forget that Saturday night is going to be Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. And Monday is going to be the series finale. It's going to be a special 3:10 start, and it's Marvel Superhero Day, where the Grizzlies are going to be wearing Spider-Man themed specialty jerseys. And Monday is also going to be a Smith's Family Night, where you get 4 tickets for $40, and each additional ticket after that is just $10. That's an absolutely outstanding deal. You can't get a good meal anymore for $10, and yet you can get a good seat to a Grizzlies home game for just $10. That's going to be on Monday, February 19th. That's going to be the next Smith's Family Night over at Maverick Center. Games are in progress right now. All these involve Mountain Division teams. After 2 periods, Wichita leads Fort Wayne 3-1. Late second period, Tulsa has a 3-1 edge over Allen. And if you're a Grizzlies fan, you're probably preferring Tulsa wins tonight because Allen right now is just 2 points ahead of Utah for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Tulsa is comfortably in 3rd place by a couple games. And late second period, Tulsa leads Allen 3-1. After 1 period at the Monument, Kansas City and Rapid City are tied at 1. And Grizzlies fans are rooting for Kansas City in that game as the Mavericks are comfortably in 1st place in the Mountain Division. They have a 9-point lead over 2nd place Idaho as Kansas City has a record of 34-8-2-1. They've got 71 standings points and a 789 winning percentage. And as the Mavericks have just been unbelievable this year, talk about improvements from one year to the next. You got to put the Kansas City Mavericks on that list and probably at the very top of that list. And whereas Rapid City right now is 1 point behind Utah, Grizzlies have 41 points and Rapid City has 40 on the season. So let's look at the league scoreboard here on this Saturday night, second of a weekend back in home and home. Last night at Maverick Center, Idaho defeated Utah 4-1. Already we've seen a ton of action offensively as the Grizzlies have goals from Brandon Cutler, Adam Berg, and Brett Stapley, and Idaho responded with goals from Jordan Kawaguchi and Demetrius Komatsis. We'll come back and have second period action as the lights are out. They're playing Africa by Toto, and fans have their phone lights on, and they're waving it back and forth. What a cool scene here at Idaho Central Arena. And we'll come back and have second period action on the other side. Once again, the score is the Utah Grizzlies 3 and the Idaho Steelheads 2.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Before we have second period action, we'll give you some NHL scores from tonight. St. Louis defeats Buffalo 3-1 in a game played on national TV. In overtime, Detroit gets a penalty shot in OT, and they score the game winner as they defeat Vancouver 4-3 as Jake Wallman got a penalty shot 23 seconds into overtime and scored for the game winner. Dallas over Montreal 3-2. Calgary defeats the Islanders 5-2. Capitals shut out the Bruins 3-0. Panthers get a 4-0 victory over the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche. Carolina gets a 1-0 overtime victory over New Jersey. Tampa Bay defeats Columbus 4-2. Ottawa over Toronto 5-3. Philadelphia is a 3-2 winner over Seattle. Winnipeg defeats Pittsburgh 2-1. One game in progress. Arizona and Nashville are tied at 2. And at 8 o'clock, Edmonton is at the LA Kings. Edmonton has won 17 of their last 18 games. We'll have second period action on the other side as Utah has a 3-2 lead. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to Idaho Central Arena. We're about set for second period action. You talk about the amazing forward line of Adam Berg, Brett Stapley, and Brandon Cutler. That forward line has really developed a ton of chemistry. Stapley, Cutler, and Berg each scored a goal in the first period, and all three forwards were a +2 for the Grizzlies in the first frame. Kyle Mayhew was also a +2 for the Grizzlies in the first period. For Idaho, Matt Register and Demetrius Kumatsis reach a +2 for the Steelheads. And we'll see what happens here in the second period. There wasn't a single penalty called in the first period, and that does benefit the Grizzlies a little bit, as Idaho does have an outstanding special teams unit, and the Grizzlies have struggled in both the power play and penalty kills at times this season. In last night's game, Idaho went 1 for 4 in the power play. The Grizzlies went 0 for 1. Utah will start the second period with Penner, Aragon, and Fitz. The defensive pairing is Robbie Stucker and Quinn Wickers. Idaho's longtime captain, A.J. White, will take the dries out there with Will Merchant in the left wing and Jordan Kawaguchi on the right side with Trevor Zins and Ben Zalati on the defense. Zalati was the number one star in last night's game with 1 goal and a +3 rating. 20 minutes are put on the scoreboard clock in Idaho Central Arena. Puck is dropped. Utah wins the faceoff as Stucker gets to Wickers. Back to Stucker, far circle of the Grizzly zone. Utah skates from right to left. Stucker gets it back to Wickers, who plays catch with Stucker again. Stucker moves out to Cyrus for Fitz. Puck flips high into the air. It bounces over Thompson. Out towards the near side, Zins gets hit. Penner tried to feed it out in front, of bounced off of White, and the puck trickles towards Thompson, who covers up just to the left of his crease. He holds on as we get our first whistle 23 seconds into the second period. Grizzlies will get that star forward lineup with Stapley, Cutler, and Berg out there. As Stucker and Wickers will stay on the ice. Same 5 for Idaho that started the period. Stapley will take the draws. He stares down A.J. White. Linesman Craig Peterson gets the puck. He drops it. Far circle. It's won by the Steelheads as Lottie directs it towards Kawaguchi, who will carry it out to neutralize. Kawaguchi crossed the red line. He'll tap it in off the near wing board. Zins chases after it around Utah's net. He gets up top to Zalati across to Merchant. He'll take a right wing shot. Glove saved by Januzzi, as Merchant was just a little bit halfway between the high slot and the right point. Just fired a lefty shot, but Januzzi was able to make the save. 39 seconds into the second period. Both teams have taken 1 shot here in the second frame. Draws again being the right circle. White will take it against Stapley. Sellout crowd here of just under 5,300. Utah wins the draw. Teixeira advanced it to Berg, who gets to the right side for Cutler. Cutler, right point, goes tape to tape with Stapley. Right circle, righty shot goes wide as he went stick side on Thompson. As White collides with Teixeira, who gets the puck. He'll skeet towards the corner. Now he gets to Cutler, left wing. Lefty shot is blocked by Zalati. Stick, and it goes out of play as we get a whistle 58 seconds into the second. As Cutler will skate towards the bench, Grizzlies will get Messner, Burke, and Gallant out there for the first time in the second period. Grizzlies lead 3-2. Utah's been a good third period club as of late. But kind of like last Sunday when the Grizzlies scored 3 goals in the first period and took a 3-1 lead against Tulsa, Grizz got off to a fast start offensively. As Idaho wins the draw, Grizzlies have 3 goals on just 7 shots. Rassel at new tries will lift it in and bounce off of Teixeira as he gathers it in the Grizzly zone and gets it to Mayhew. Far circle of the Grizzly zone. Mayhew wearing the college-style mask that covers his entire face. He gets it to Teixeira. He slides it to center ice for Gallant, who flips it in. Gallant chases after it. Register will skate around his net towards the far side. Berg will have a tap off his stick. Burke towards the far corner. Throws it between his legs towards the net, and it's picked off by Kudla, who stations himself behind Brian Thompson. As the Grizzlies will get Messner off the ice, Neal will enter. As Kudla right wings it towards Rassel, who gains center ice and tried to throw it in, and it was tapped in by Pelton Bice. As Wickers ahead towards Burke, it tapped off his stick, and it's going to be icing on Utah as the whistle blows with 18:10 left in the second. I remember when you go to the next Grizzlies game to go to the Grizzlies team store. They've got hats, T-shirts, all sorts of stuff. You can get some pucks. You can even get one of those pucks that looks like the game puck, and they can go home and tell your family, look what I caught at the Grizzlies game. I got a game puck. And they don't have to know that you got from the team store. You can all do all that sort of stuff at the Maverick Center next time you go to a Grizzlies game. Max Neal will take the draw of the University of Waterloo product. Last season, he was at Lindenwood University. Draw won by Idaho and Jade Miller as left wing. Lincoln Earn with a righty shot that goes wide. Radzinski on the right side. Will skate towards his left. He's now in the high slot. Lefty shot and a blocker saved by Januzzi as the puck flips to the near corner. As Kumatsis gets to Miller, gets pushed by Burke. Burke will lift it out of the zone as it skips towards the Idaho line, taken by Earn, who gains center ice. Now he steps over the blue line. He backhands it in deep as Keller chases after it, and he gets it back towards Earn, who hustles towards the far corner. Earn fans on a backhand attempt towards Keller as Max Neal gets hit. Idaho keeps the line. Miller, lefty shot, glove saved by Januzzi as Miller took it from out near the Utah blue line. Januzzi holds on. Dante so far has stopped 16 of 18. Draw's going to be in his zone with 17:33 left in the second. Here on Flow Sports, his third-year head coach Ryan Kanaswich. He talks things over with Garrett Metcalf, who's wearing a suit on the bench. My roommate for this road trip, Christian Horn, also on the Grizzlies bench. Horn, the first-year assistant coach. She is talking right now with Quinn Wickers. Draw one by Idaho. Zloty fires towards the net. It's cut off by Kanadi onto Januzzi, who makes a save, and he holds on. Dante is 0-2 against Idaho this year, but remember, he had an outstanding performance the last time the Grizzlies were at Idaho Central Arena on December 22nd of 2023. Utah ended up losing by 1 goal that night, 3-2 if I remember right. Grizzlies won the draw. Stucker ices it, and it looks like the whistle blows once again. 17 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second. Everybody will go back towards Januzzi for the next face-off. For Robbie Stucker, he's looked strong here tonight. He's out there with Mayhew right now. Stucker, as we mentioned in the pregame report, was a college teammate with Nathan Burke at the University of Minnesota for 3 seasons. So it's good to have those two guys get reunited. Utah wins the draw. Stucker rolls along the near side. Aragon couldn't reach it. Zinn's right point will bounce it off Aragon. Aragon hustles after it. He gains line 1-on-3. He'll take a lefty shot. He scores! Aaron Aragon extends Utah's lead as he goes coast to coast and fires away from the left circle past Thompson. Aragon, the former Steelhead, is fired up as he gets his 8th in a Grizzlies uniform as Utah's extended the lead to 4-2. That has to feel good for Aragon, who did play well in 4 games with Idaho to start the regular season before he was released. As Ryan Kanaswich pats Aragon on the back, and he also pats Penner and Fitz. And we get a goaltender change as Brian Thompson, who allowed 4 goals on 8 shots, was being removed from the game. Jared Moe will take over a net for the Steelheads. Moe this season in 10 games has a record of 6-3 with a 3.45 goals against average and an .892 save percentage. Mo stretches out, the University of Wisconsin product. He is 6'4" and 220 pounds. So Jared Mo replaces Brian Thompson, who was ineffective tonight. 4 goals on 8 shots for the Grizzlies. 3 minutes into the second period, Utah leads 4-2. As Grizzlies cross center ice, Cutler gets poked away towards Mayhew near the Grizzlies bench. Mayhew will tap it in as it goes towards Patrick Cudla. Cudla filters it towards the far side for Register. Gets to neutral ice, so move it to Bice at center ice. Left wing pass connects to Rassel. So wrap it around the boards. Stapley gathers it around Januzzi's net. He'll get to the far side for Berg, who gets a good hip check by Murphy as Berg gets it back towards Stapley, who surveys. Now he lofts it high into the air, goes past Berg on to Register, gets it across to Cudla. Cudla out to neutralize for Murphy. He didn't get a piece of it, according to the linesman, and Idaho's called for icing with 16:26 left in the second. Looks like Aragon's goal is being listed as unassisted. 2:54 into the second period. And with that, Brian Thompson was given the old heave-ho from his head coach, Everett Sheen. Messner will take the draw against Ty Pelton Bice. Bice is second in the league in plus-minus at +30. Off the draw, Messner's shot saved by Mo. So Jared Mo stops the first shot he has seen tonight. Rassel will ricochet it out towards Murphy near side. Murphy fires it in. Januzzi behind his net gets it towards Wickers on the near side. Wickers advances it to Burke. As Burke gets it to Gallant. Gallant steps over the line left side. He'll skeet towards the near goal line. Gallant drops off for Messner. Shot saved by Mo, and he holds on. As Messner had a good look along the near side as Gallant dropped it off for him, but Mo was able to hold on. It bounced off his chest, but Mo was able to collect it and hold on before Messner was able to get a second chance. Mo played 2 years at the University of Minnesota, where he was a college teammate with Robbie Stucker and Nathan Burke. And then he transferred to the University of Wisconsin, where he played the last 2 years. So he spent 4 seasons in the Big Ten with 2 different clubs. Nathan Burke and Robbie Stucker obviously familiar with their former teammate Jared Mo. Draw near circle won by the Steelheads as Lincoln Earn gets it towards Canati. It's behind him as Wickers taps it away towards the right point. Stapley gets Naddison in the corner over to Max Neal. Neal avoids a check of Earn, feeds it out in front, but the only guy home was Nick Canati. Problem, plays for the Steelheads. He gets to Rodzinski, who steps over the line. Right side, Rodzinski skeets towards the near corner. He shuffles it across. A.J. White gallops after it as White will throw it back towards the near side as Rodzinski lumbers over to get it. He gets hit by Addison as Rodzinski fires it off the end boards. Tekshira gets it back to Rodzinski on the right side. He fires towards net. It's blocked by Tekshira's stick. He gets to Addison, who moves it across towards Neal. Neal gets neutralized. He gets pushed by Rodzinski, crosses center and gets tripped up. No call. We haven't had a single penalty yet tonight. White gets it towards our Curry, who settles in onside. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Well, it looked like Canati had entered before the puck, but no call was made as Neal dives at center ice to dump it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. Aragon out there with Penner and Fitz. Fitz delivers a blow on Zins as the Steelheads outlet it to Kumatsis. Right wing pass towards Merchant. Merchant steps over the line. He skates towards the corner. He gets back checked by Penner. Merchant filters it up top towards Zins, who directs it towards Zalati in the high slot. Zalati will bounce it off of Aragon. Fitz skates over there. He taps it into Steelheads territory where Zins moves it ahead. Right side, Kumatsi steps over the line as the Steelheads dropping off for Merchant. Right side, Merchant dances around. He gets up top to Zins. Right side, he'll take a righty shot. And he goes wide as he went stick side on Januzzi, but missed the net. Penner, far side, had to get around the linesman. He gets the center ice and he backhands it in deep as Grizzlies make a line change. Berg out there with Cutler and Stapley. Merchant loses it at center ice. Adam Berg gets to Stapley left side. Stapley just outside the circle. Skeet starts his right. Drops off for Cutler. Cutler left circle. Take a lefty shot that goes wide. Oh, he didn't miss the net by much. As the puck skips along the far wing boards deep in the Grizzlies zone, Kyle Mayhew gathers it. Steelheads make a full line change as Mayhew holds on to the puck 6 minutes into the second period. Utah leads 4-2. He advances it to Stapley across the center ice. Stapley gets around Miller. He steps over the line, trying to get to Cutler, and it's sticked away by Idaho. On to Keller. Keller at center ice will flip it in as it wobbles onside towards Januzzi, who covers up as Keller was chasing after him. 13:43 left in the second period. Aaron Aragon extends Utah's lead to 4-2. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 19...
It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 2. Utah's goals from Brandon Cutler, Adam Berg, Brett Stapley, and Aaron Aragon. So 4 of the 11 forwards have goals for Utah. Idaho has first period goals from Jordan Kawaguchi and Dimitrios Koumatsis. Brian Thompson was lifted after the Aragon goal. The Idaho netminder stopped 4 of 8. Jared Moe has stopped each of the first 2 shots he has seen. Dante Januzzi has been crafty. He has saved 17 of 18. A chuck-a-puck gets thrown on the ice before the face-off, as the PA announcer kindly reminds fans to not throw chuck-a-pucks on the ice. Next time he has to remind him, he might not be so kind. Idaho wins the draw, cut the high slot, lefty shot goes wide as it was a low liner that went past Januzzi's left side off the end boards. Jade Miller on the right side being shadowed by Mayhew. He filters up top to Kudla, who zips it towards Register. High slot lefty shot saved by Januzzi. It almost looked like Dante didn't see it. Berg near side will hustle out of the zone. He gets to Cutler. Cutler gets around Kudla. One-on-one. Cutler towards the left side being shadowed by Register. Cutler will reverse back towards the point. He keeps the puck and gets to Mayhew. Mayhew over to the right side for Cutler. One-timer goes just wide. There's a puck towards the near side. Stucker lets it go to Miller. Miller steps over the line, 2-on-3. He'll drop it off for Keller. Keller centering pass. Shot kick save by Januzzi. And Keller gets back right circle. He gets to the near goal line for Rassel. Off the boards, Rassel shot saved by Januzzi. Miller swung and missed as Rassel skates to the far side. He'll back it up top for Register. Register left point. Shot kick saved by Januzzi. As puck goes to Mayhew. He tried to get to Messner. Couldn't quite reach it. Register backhands it slowly towards Kudla, who's back at his goal line. Across the Register around the Idaho net. Register stands behind Jared Moe. Moe's glove side is his right. Moe's stick side is his left. As Register moves to the far side for Bice, who gets to center ice around Burke. He'll step over the line. He gets to Kudla. Right circle, lefty shot. Saved by Januzzi. As Stucker will bounce it off the Murphy stick. And the puck goes to Nathan Burke. Back to Stucker, the former Minnesota products, as Burke pushes Murphy. Stuckey hacking away at Murphy. Burke comes out of the pile with the puck. They'll tap it off the far wing boards. It goes to Rodzinski, who zips it out to center ice. Miller filters it towards Kawaguchi at center ice. He'll step over the line. Kawaguchi, 1 goal tonight. He'll get it to Murphy, right side shot. And a save by Januzzi in the butterfly position. As right side, Bice fires towards the net. It's sicked away by Stuckey. Murphy, backhand shot. Saved by Januzzi again. Murphy up top to Rodzinski. Left point shot. Saved by Januzzi as he makes a glove stop as he snapped it out of the air. Dante Januzzi's been busy tonight. He's already saved 23 of 25. Well, you normally expect to see a lot of shots in an Idaho Steelheads game. Idaho averages 37.5 shots per game this season. The Grizzlies allow 34.1. And we're not even through the halfway point, and Idaho has already peppered Januzzi with 25 shots. Dante has saved 23 of them. Draw won by Koumatsis and the Steelheads. Keller gets up top to Earn. High slot. Righty shot goes wide. He went stick side on Januzzi, but missed the net. Left side, Rodzinski rolls along the boards. Kanadi, right side, gathers the puck. He gets to Koumatsis. He's in his first full season as a pro. Koumatsis around Utah's net towards the far side as he skates around the left circle. He's got great speed. He skates to the right side, now to the circle as he's being shadowed by Neal. Koumatsis back to the left side, still with the puck. As he'll roll it along towards the near side. Kanadi will gallop after it in the near corner. As he'll get it up top for Rodzinski over to Arcuri, who skates around Neal. Now to the right side off the boards. Delayed penalty. It's going to be on Utah. As Kanadi to the right side gets it across. Left point. Rodzinski fires it across. It tapped off the stick of Arcuri. He gathers the puck. Now he gets to Earn the right point over to Kanadi, who sends it to Koumatsis, who throws it behind his back to Rassel in the near corner. Rassel, sharp angle shot. It's the side of the net. As delayed penalty, Idaho still with it. Rodzinski left point. Dance around. He gets hit by Addison. Addison trying to touch it up. Now it goes to Gallant, who finally gets the whistle to blow as Gallant touched it up. It's a second straight night where Idaho had a delayed penalty, and they were going to be on the power play, and they were able to hold on to the puck for quite a while. Max Neal gets a penalty in his second straight pro game as he will sit for 2 minutes. It's the first power play on the night for either side. Steelheads went 1 for 4 in last night's game on the power play. Steelheads are 27.3% on the season. 10:42 left in the second period. Utah leads 4-2. Grizzlies win the draw as Kyle Mayhew will spin it along the near wing boards and it exits the zone deep in the Steelhead zone. Jared Moe plays it. He'll get it towards Arcuri. Arcuri will race out the center ice with good speed. He's got an NHL entry-level deal with Dallas. As Merchant gets to Arcuri near goal line. Centers out to Wild. Take a shot. He scores! The Steelheads captain gets a power play goal. And they've cut into the Utah lead. It's now a 4-3 game. The Steelheads might get a penalty as another chuck-a-puck was sailed onto the ice after the goal. I think they're going to call a penalty on the Steelheads fans as after the A.J. White goal, a chuck-a-puck came firing onto the ice. And I think the referee is going to call a delay of game penalty on the Steelheads. Nick Canati argues the case, but I think the Grizzlies are going to get a power play here. Now Matt Register arguing with the referee. The Steelheads threw a doggone chuck-a-puck on the ice, and I think Utah is going to get a power play because of it. As now the linesman's trying to figure out who's going to the box for the Steelheads. Idaho, it was really the speed of Arcuri that made the play. Racing down ice, he got to the near goal line, centered it to White, and White put it away. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Steelheads as Canati goes to the box. I imagine it's a penalty on the fans for throwing another chuck-a-puck on the ice. So the Grizzlies are going to get their first power play of the game as the fans were warned once after a chuck-a-puck came on the ice. A second chuck-a-puck came on the ice. And the Steelheads fans get a penalty. So it's a power play for the Grizzlies. It's Utah leading 4-3 as A.J. White scored on the power play. It's White's 16th of the year. Grizzlies have it deep in their own zone, skating from right to left as Kyle Mayhew skates down the middle. You can't throw the doggone chuck-a-pucks on the ice. Mayhew crosses center ice. He steps over the line. He's got 7 goals this season. Mayhew in the far goal line. Banks it across to Kudla. And Kudla will sail it out towards Januzzi. Januzzi skates towards the far circle. He gets it. He'll tap it towards Mayhew. He's still in the Grizzlies zone. Utah skating from right to left here in the second period. He'll back it out towards Cutler, who gets a new try. Cutler gets it back to Stapley, still in the Grizzlies zone. He'll hustle out to new try. Stapley crosses the red. Now he steps over the blue down the middle. Stapley veers off to the left. He stops in the left point. He'll get it towards Stucker. It bounced off of White, and it goes out to center ice. Stapley gets it back. Stapley back in the Grizzlies zone. As he'll skate towards the near side. He'll drop it off for Stucker. We're about halfway through the power play. Mayhew gets a new try. He'll back it out to Cutler across the center with speed. Cutler leads Utah with 5 power play goals this season. He'll skate towards the near corner. Centers it out towards Stapley, who got a stick lifted by Merchant. And the Steelheads are able to clear it out. Good crafty move by the Steelheads. Will Merchant lifting Brett Stapley's stick so he couldn't get the centering pass from Cutler out in front of the crease. Grizzlies reset. They make a line change. Teixeira gets it towards Burke, who fakes it to his right. He crosses center ice. Burke chips it to Addison as the Grizzlies enter the zone. Burke trying to get it back to Addison. Murphy picked it off. Over to Bice. 2-on-2. Bice crosses center ice. Drops off for Murphy. He skates towards the left side. He'll take a righty shot. And it's blocked away by Fitz's stick. And it goes towards Teixeira off the end boards. Teixeira over towards Gallant. 20 seconds left in the power play. Gallant gets back checked by Murphy, but he keeps the puck. Gallant settles into the zone. Drops off for the point for Burke. Burke trying to get to Fitz. It's taken away. Miller's got a breakaway. He's being chased by Teixeira. Miller falls down as he fell down in the zone and couldn't get a shot off behind Utah's nets. Taken by Messner. As the power play's over, Canati out of the box. The fans got 2 minutes for throwing a chuck-a-puck on the ice. Messner centers out towards Addison. He couldn't get it. Wicker's in the right point. We'll get it to Addison, far side, just outside the circle. He fires towards the net. It goes wide. As Semick directs it towards Gallant. Near circle shot is blocked by Zins. Colton Keller will get to new try, so will advance to Canati, who enters 1-on-2. Canati with good speed. Skates towards the left circle. Take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Wicker, sticking it flies out of play. 7:57 left in the second period. Utah leads Idaho 4-3 as A.J. White scored a power play goal. Then the fans threw a chuck-a-puck on the ice and gave Utah power play. Grizzlies couldn't convert on the man advantage. It's 4-3 Grizzlies, and we're back in 45 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
It's Utah 4, Idaho 3. A.J. White scored a power play goal, 9:38 in with our Curry and Merchant getting the assists. And then the Steelheads got called for a delay of game bench minor, as for the second time in the period, a fan decided to throw an orange chuck-a-puck on the ice. Grizzlies didn't get much more than one shot off on the power play, as it's 4-3 Grizzlies with 7:57 remaining in the second period. Idaho has outshot Utah 27-10. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wickers will spin it along the boards. Berg couldn't get it. He chases after it, but it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies with 7:50 left in the second. It's the sixth meeting between the clubs this year. Idaho is 5-0 against Utah. It'll be interesting next week to see the Rooster Jordan Martell. He scored a hat trick tonight in Wheeling's 3-0 victory. Martell's up to 24 goals this season. Watch Martell and the Wheeling Nailers. They come to Maverick Center for the first time ever. Face-off on Friday night will be at 7:10. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. And remember, it's an AFC Friday. Tickets start at $10 and you pay using your AFC debit or credit card. Idaho wins the draw. Right side of Curry with a shot, and it misses the net as it goes high. Stapley over to the far side. We'll flip it high into the air just under the video board. It's gloved and dropped by Radzinski. He gets a good shoulder from Berg. Cutler takes the puck. High slot. Lefty shot is blocked by Ernstick. Puck goes to Radzinski, who skates around Idaho's net towards the near side. Radzinski gets around Cutler with great speed. Radzinski enters the zone. He'll skate towards the right circle. He gets around Wickers, but couldn't get a shot off as he was cut off by Stucker. Left point. Kumatsis will take a lefty shot that goes wide. It ricochets off the end boards. Cutler zips it towards new tries. It bounced off of Radzinski's stick. Berg crosses center ice. He steps over the line. Drops off for Stapley. Stapley, righty shot. Saved by Moe. Rebound goes to Berg. He taps it up top to Stucker, right side. Stucker, high slot, righty shot. Is kicked away by Moe as Cutler throws it out of place. He tried to backhand it across towards Berg, who was behind Idaho's net. It hit off the protective netting. And so the whistle blows with 6:53 left in the second. Well, you never know what you're going to see when you come to a game. You're talking about an exciting first 34 minutes of play here. And for the Grizzlies, you're talking about another road game where they really start to produce offensively. They had 6 goals in the Grizzlies' most recent road game this past Sunday, and a 6-4 victory over Tulsa. A.J. White will take the draw against Messner. Messner wins the faceoff. As they get to the far side for Burke, he gets engulfed by Matt Register. Merchant hacks away to take the puck, but it goes towards Teixeira, who bounces it off the end boards. Messner one-hands it. As he's to the right side, as Messner skates towards the point. He feeds it back to the corner that he vacated. Gallant lets it go towards the far side. Cudlow will bounce it off of Teixeira. Hacking away in the far corner is Berg. And they might make that Burke and Berg, the law firm. Luckily, they're on the same line as it goes towards Register. It gets to the near corner for Kawaguchi, who collides with Register. And now Register gets the puck. He'll bank it off the near glass. White throws it past Mayhew, but Teixeira will diagonal it towards the far side. It ricochets off the boards as the linesman had to skip out of the way. And he raises his right arm as Utah's called for icing with 6:11 left in the second. So the faceoff goes back to a very busy Dante Januzzi tonight. He has saved 24 of 27. It's 4-3 Grizzlies as Utah has goals from Brett Stapley, Adam Berg, Brandon Cutler, and Aaron Aragon, not necessarily in that order. As Cutler was the one that scored first Exactly 3 minutes into the game. Idaho wins the draw. Zalati left point, slides it ahead. Shot saved by Januzzi. Now Bice, backhand shot saved by Januzzi, who covers up in front of the crease. And a great job defensively by Mayhew and Teixeira building a wall so that Januzzi could cover up. Grizzlies will make a change as Jeremiah Addison, Max Neal, and Brandon Cutler enter the ice. Addison had 1 goal and 1 assist this past Sunday against Tulsa. Addison's certainly been a fun addition to the Grizzlies club. He's making his 5th appearance, which makes him postseason eligible. Neal will take the draw against Ty Pelton Bice. He was a plus 30 this season. Bice gave the Grizzlies fits last year. As Neal's kicked out of the face-off circle, Jeremiah Addison looks at Cutler. And actually, Neal's going to stay in the circle. As the linesman talks to Neal about the face-off proceedings. Sellout crowd here, very few empty seats, if any. Idaho wins the draw. Murphy's shot is blocked by Cutler. Cutler will lift it out slowly towards center ice. Zins gets it towards Zalati. Tried to get it to Rassel, who couldn't get it. As Mayhew gathers the puck, he skates around Januzzi's net. Mayhew towards Cutler, who gets the neutralize. Cutler carries it out to center. Now he'll saucer it in slowly. Zins chases after it. He avoids Addison's check. Addison gets it at Zinn's ankle, but Zinn takes it back. Zins will bounce it off and Neal. Now Addison gets double teamed by Bison Zins. Zins takes it and moves it towards Zalati. Ben Zalati backhands it across. It skips towards Murphy, who enters the zone. Murphy out to Zalati, right side. Zalati lefty shot, kick saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Idaho to the far circle. Now across to Zalati. Taking it away is Dylan Fitz. Fitz races down the left wing. He enters the zone 2-on-1. Fitz will take a righty shot and it goes wide as he went glove side on Mo, but just missed the net. Mo's glove side is his right. As Rassel, time for the league lead with 25 goals. He enters the zone right side. He tries to get around Semick. Puck goes towards the end boards. Rassel gets it back. Rassel trying to center it towards Miller. It goes up top to Register. Register fires towards the net. It's blocked by Penner. Register trying to get it back. It tapped off his stick and goes to Kudla. Now over to Nick Canati. Canati left side, lefty shot. And a glove save by Januzzi, who snapped it out of the air. And he stops play with 4:50 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 3. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
It's Utah 4, Idaho 3. 4:50 is left in the second period. Fans going a little noisy in Boise. Steelheads have outshot the Grizzlies 31-12. As Dante Januzzi has seen just about a game's worth of shots here in under 2 periods. He has saved 28 of 31. Stapley will take the draw against Jade Miller. As the linesman talks with Stapley and Miller. Fans making a ton of noise here. Good crowd. Draw one by Idaho. Kudla skates towards the left circle. He fires towards the net, and it's blocked away by Teixeira's stick. Keller dances around the near side. Now filter it towards the corner. Stapley gathers it. He tried to move it towards Teixeira, and it gets towards him slowly. Cutler over towards Berger. Gets a good shoulder from Keller, and Idaho takes the puck. Keller's one of those guys. He's a physical presence. You got to make sure you watch out for him every time he's out there. Kudla behind Idaho's net as the Steelheads spread the ice. Kudla will now skate down the middle as he fakes it towards the near side and advances it north-south towards Miller. It's poked away as Berg will slide it to center ice, but goes to Register. Filters it to his left to Canadi. He skates in, but the Steelheads are offside as we have 4:13 left in the second. Grizzlies really started the season slow on the road, but they've really picked it up as of late. Grizzlies in 13 road games in the 2024 calendar year have a record of 6-6-1. Before that, the Grizzlies were 0-12. Drop, won by the Grizzlies as Burke gets it towards Stucker across to Wickers. Wickers danced around. He'll face his former team, the Wheeling Nailers, this upcoming weekend. As Wickers plays catch with Stucker, who gets the center ice. He'll backhand it in. Chasing after it's Burke. He gets it. He throws it between Messner's legs. High slot. Wickers lefty shot is blocked away by Moe. As Merchant battles with Burke in the corner, goes to Rodzinski, who skates around his own net towards the near side. He'll tap it off the near glass. Wickers keeps it in. He'll move it towards Messner along the near wall as Messner gets pushed in the back by Rodzinski. Both guys were number 10. Messner trying to get it up top, but Merchant took it away. He gets it to Kumatsis. Kumatsis steps over the line. He'll skate around Wickers. Kumatsis gets it back in the near corner. He'll feed it back to the far side near the corner for Earn, who gets up top for Rodzinski, who fires towards the net. Kumatsis gets hit on the side by Wickers. Kumatsis now pushed by Stucker as he skates towards the far corner. He avoids a check of Addison. Gets up top for Rodzinski. Left side. He skates towards his right. Over towards our crate, back to Rodzinski. He'll take a shot. He scores. And we're tied at 4. Roman Rodzinski with a laser from the high slot. It looked like it rose as it was getting towards Januzzi. So Rodzinski gets his third of the year. And we're now tied at 4 late in the second. As our Curry got to the left side, then back to Rodzinski. And that puck just kind of looked like one of those rising fastballs that you see from a tall right-handed starting pitcher. We're tied at 4 in what's been an entertaining game. As Idaho scored 2 unanswered after the Grizzlies took a 4-2 lead when Aragon scored early in the period. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi moves it towards the near side as Aragon will carry it out to center ice. Aragon crosses center. He filters it ahead. Goes towards Zins. Aragon battles with Zins. Goes behind the net to Fitz. Fitz will tap it up top off the near boards for Mayhew. Mayhew skates towards his right. Now stop back in the left point. He fires towards the net. It's kicked away by Aragon. As Zalati will loft it high into the air. It's gloved and played with the high stick, though. As Teixeira will touch it up at neutral ice. The whistle blows. 2:39 is left in the second. We've had ourselves a crazy game and a great crowd here for the second straight night. At Maverick Center, over 8,600 were watching the Steelheads win 4-1. Tonight, over 5,200. Hardly an empty seat. And the seats that are empty, our fans are hanging out in the concession stands. As Grizz win the draw, Mayhew will move it back towards Teixeira. Both teams have had one power play here tonight. Idaho 1 for 1 on the power play. Utah 0 for 1. How the Grizzlies got that power play is certainly crazy. We'll talk about that during the intermission. Rassel skates in left side, drops it off. He trying to get to Kawaguchi. Penner cut in front of him. Penner banks off the far boards. Kawaguchi gets it back over to Zins. Across the Zalandi, left side. A fire towards the net. Saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Mayhew. Grizzlies start the attack 2-on-2. They cross center ice. Mayhew gains line with speed. He'll veer off to the right. He'll take a shot. Saved by Moe. Puck kicks off of Moe's pads as Kawaguchi throws. Fits towards the ice. Stapley left side, skates towards his right. Stapley now on the right wing. He'll skate towards the circle. Stapley now around Idaho's net for the second time. He'll get to Stucker, left side. Stucker across towards Berg. One-timer goes wide. Puck on the near side. Mayhew gets the Fitz in the corner. Fitz bounced it off of Mayhew, and Moe will kick it away. Far side, Stucker has it. Stucker out towards Berg. It goes between his legs. Fitz gets it 1:34 and counting left in the second. We're tied at 4. Stapley will skate towards the point near Cutler. Stapley fakes it to Cutler. He skates towards the right side, gets to Wickers. Shot goes wide. Wickers might have been looking for a cutting Berg out in front. Stucker, high slot. Shot saved by Moe. Rebound goes to White. Steelheads captain. He's got 1 goal tonight. Gets the center ice. He'll throw it in slowly and chase after it. Januzzi behind his net. Will toss it off the near side. He goes past Cutler. Keeping it in, it's Cudley. He gets around Cutler towards the right circle. Take a lefty shot that goes wide as he went glove side on Januzzi, but missed the net towards the near side. 1 minute left in the period. Over to the right side for Cudler. He gets it across towards Bice. Shot saved by Januzzi. Bice gets it back. He fires towards the net. Grizzlies hacking away. Everybody is in the crease. And it looks like Januzzi's covered up. Boy, the puck kind of pinballed around the crease. And literally there were 8 bodies in the paint. And it looks like Januzzi was able to cover up with 48 seconds left in the frame. Januzzi kicked it, and then puck bounced off a body. Wickers was over there. Stucker's at the goal line trying to be a brick wall. Puck was laying in the middle of the crease, and somehow, some way, Januzzi was able to cover it up. So, close call for the Steelheads to try to tie it up. Idaho's taken 34 shots. Grizzlies are up to 15. Boy, who knows what the third period's going to have in store. We've got ourselves one of the crazier games of the year already. Certainly the craziest Grizzlies Steelheads game we've seen yet this season. Draw in the Grizzly zone is won by Utah. Teixeira overskates it. It goes to Messner in the far circle. Messner backhands it to Gallant, who races out to center ice. Gallant gallops into the zone, and he'll filter it around the wall. Burke will get hit by Kudla. Messner have a glance off his ankle. He gets the puck at the left point. Messner skates towards his right. He's down the high slot. He backhands it to Teixeira, who fires towards the net. And Mo makes a body save as he just absorbs it in the crease. He stops play with 26 seconds left in the second. Grizzlies are certainly battling to try to even up the series. Utah has played good hockey to get themselves back in the playoff race. They are 12-7-1 over their last 20 games. Stapley, Berg, and Cutler out there. Each guy has a goal tonight. They all scored in the first period. Mayhew and Teixeira take are defensively for Utah. Draw one by Idaho as Cutler flubs it towards Cutler. He couldn't clear it out. Stapley skates down the middle. Righty shot goes wide as Cutler will drop it towards Berg behind the net. Berg battles with Register. 10 seconds left in the frame as Cutler gets hit in the back by Stapley. Berg trying to hack the puck away. As Stapley over to Cutler. One-timer goes high, stays in play, and rattles towards the far side. And that will do it for 40 glorious minutes and entertaining minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. Utah to 4-2 lead, but Idaho responded with two unanswered as A.J. White and Roman Radzinski each scored late in the frame. And it's anybody's hockey game now as we're tied at 4 after 2 periods. We'll come back and recap the first 2 frames and also go over some scores from around the NHL and ECHL. Your score, the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 4. We're live for Idaho Central Arena on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value. So get more and get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Well, fans are throwing chuck-a-pucks on the ice now. Unfortunately for the Steelheads fans, they threw chuck-a-pucks twice on the ice in the second period, and that's how Utah ended up with its only power play so far on the night. We've had a crazy game here so far as we're tied at 4. Brandon Cutler got Utah on the board first as he scored exactly 3 minutes into the contest. He got his team leading 21st of the year. Quinn Wickers picked up an assist. Idaho tied it up 7:52 into the first as Jordan Kawaguchi got his first of the year. He was talked out of retirement a couple weeks ago by the Steelheads. He had 26 goals in 57 games last season for Idaho. He was named their team MVP. Matt Register and Trevor Zins got the assist on the Kawaguchi goal, 7:52 into the first. Utah retook the lead as Adam Berg scored his 8th of the year with Stapley and Semick getting the assist. It was Stapley That was behind the Idaho net and just feathered out in front of Berg. Berg got it and was able to score. It's Berg's 8th of the year. And Adam Berg, you talk about a guy that's been just about a point a game over the last month and a half. In fact, over the last 15 games heading into play tonight, he had 4 goals and 9 assists. Berg picked up 1 assist last night, and he has a first period goal, 15-12 into the first. That gave Utah a 2-1 lead. Idaho tied it up again as Dimitras Kumatsi scored 17:53 into the first, with Jade Miller and Patrick Kudla getting the assists. Later in the first period, Brett Stapley scored unassisted as he got the puck in the right circle, toe drag towards the slot, then fired away over Brian Thompson's glove, and he went top shelf. 18:57 into the first as Stapley gave Utah a 3-2 lead. That's where it stood after one frame, and even though the Steelheads outshot the Grizzlies 17-7 in the first period, it was a Utah 3-2 advantage. Grizzlies extended the lead early in the second period as Aaron Aragon went coast to coast from one near circle to the other, and he fired away from the left circle right near the dot past Brian Thompson, and that gave Utah a 4-2 lead, 2:54 into the second. And with that, Brian Thompson was pulled from the game in favor of Jared Moe. Thompson stopped 4 of 8 in the first 22 minutes and 54 seconds of play. Jared Moe stopped all 9 shots he saw in the final 17 minutes and 6 seconds of the second period. Idaho got a power play after Max Neal got a slashing minor, 9:18 into the second period. 20 seconds into the power play, A.J. White got a 16th of the year. Francisco Arcuri and Will Merchant got the assists. Now, a minute before White scored the power play goal, a fan during one of the breaks of play threw a chuck-a-puck on the ice. The referee spotted it, and he gave the Steelheads a warning. And the PA announcer went on the mic and calmly said, "Please don't throw the chuck-a-pucks on the ice. If it happens again, the Steelheads might get a minor penalty." Well, White scored 9:38 into the second period, and one fan, might have been a Grizzlies fan for all we know. We don't know who it is, but one fan decided to throw his doggone chuck-a-puck on the ice. And with that, the referee signaled a delay of game minor. It was a bench minor that was given to the Steelheads, even though it was a fan that committed the penalty by throwing the chuck-a-puck on the ice. So Utah got the power play. They may have gotten one shot off on-demand advantage. It didn't really matter. The Grizzlies really been working on their power play for a little bit, but it looks like it's still a work in progress. So it stayed a 4-3 game as the Grizzlies couldn't capitalize on their one power play that was served by Nick Canati and was assisted by a fan who threw a chuck-a-puck on the ice in celebration of A.J. White's power play goal. Idaho eventually tied it up as Francisco Arcuri was on the left side. He centered it to the high slot for Roman Radzinski. Radzinski fired a liner that looked like it was rising as it got towards Januzzi. You know, they always talk with some baseball players that have that true fastball that looks like it's rising towards the plate. Well, this puck looked like it was rising towards Januzzi and ended up going past him into the back of the net. It was just a pretty good shot by Radzinski, who picks up his 3rd goal of the season. That tied it up at 4, and that's where we stand now. The Steelheads have doubled up the Grizzlies in shots, 34-17. And it's anybody's game right now. You know, you're talking about the entertaining performances by both teams. It's one of those crazy games. Januzzi, despite allowing the 4 goals, really has played outstanding, and he's been peppered with a ton of shots. As the Steelheads had 17 shots in the first period and another 17 in the second. For the Grizzlies, they had 7 shots in the first and 10 in the second period. For the Grizzlies, of their 17 shots, Brett Stapley leads the way with 4. Adam Berg has 3 shots. Both Stapley and Berg have 1 goal each. Brandon Cutler has 1 goal on 2 shots. Mick Messner also has 2 shots. Aaron Aragon scored on the only shot he took through 2 periods. Grizzlies also have 1 shot from Max Neal, Quinn Wickers, Nathan Burke, and Robbie Stucker, as well as Keone Teixeira. For the Steelheads, they are led by 5 shots from their leading goal scorer this season, Mark Rassel. Roman Radzinski has 1 goal on 4 shots. So we're tied at 4 in one of the more entertaining games this season, certainly the most entertaining Grizzlies Steelheads game we've seen all year. And for my money, Grizzlies and Steelheads are the best rivalry in the league. And for the Grizzlies, they need to win their fair share to continue to make sure it's a rivalry. And Utah is certainly doing everything they can to try to find a way to salvage the second game of the home-and-home weekend series as Idaho got the better of Utah 4-1 in last night's game. We'll come back and go over some scores from around the NHL and ECHL as we're halfway through the second intermission, and we're tied at 4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 4 here after 2 periods. It's anybody's game. A lot of exciting action happening in the league. Games within the Mountain Division. They are all in progress right now. In fact, it looks like the game at Intrust Bank Arena just went final. Wichita gets a 3-2 upset victory over the Fort Wayne Comets. The Thunder end up getting their 13th win of the season. They got goals from Peter Bates as well as Russell and Jason Pinio, as the Thunder get a 3-2 victory over the Fort Wayne Comets. 6 minutes left in the third period. Tulsa leads Allen 5-1 in a game that should benefit the Grizzlies. Looks like Tulsa is 3 for 8 on the power play tonight. They've gotten 2 goals from Butcher. Alec Butcher getting his 15th and 16th goals this season, as the Oilers lead the Americans 5-1. In the other Mountain Division battle, early third period, Kansas City leads Rapid City 3-2. And in that game, the Grizzlies are rooting for a Kansas City victory, as the Mavericks are strongly in first place in the Mountain Division by 9 points over Idaho, yet Rapid City is right next to the Grizzlies in the standings. Rapid City has goals from Janelle and Boyko. Boyko has a goal in 5 straight games. Simon Boyko, who was just signed by them a few weeks ago. For Kansas City, Jeremy McKenna, Patrick Curry, and Nolan Walker have the goals. Looking at Ed Walker on the box score, I almost think of the baseball player Neil Walker, but Nolan Walker's had a great year for the Mavericks. Kansas City leads Rapid City 3-2 early in the third period. Games have gone final. Former Grizzly forward Jordan Martell scored all 3 goals in the Wheeling Nailers 3-0 victory over Reading. Martell gets his 22nd, 23rd, and 24th goals of the year. Remember, the Wheeling Nailers are going to be at Maverick Center for the first time ever on Friday night to begin a 3-game series. Friday night's going to be an AFCU Friday. Saturday is Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. And Monday, February 19th, in the series finale at 3:10 It's going to be Marvel's Superhero Day, and the Grizzlies will be wearing Spider-Man-themed specialty jerseys for the occasion. Other finals, Worcester defeated Maine 3-2. Cincinnati over Iowa 2-1. In overtime, Kalamazoo gets a 3-2 victory over Toledo. Jacksonville over Orlando 4-1. In a shootout, Indy gets a 4-3 win over Atlanta. Florida defeats Adirondack 3-1. In a shootout, Savannah is a 2-1 winner over South Carolina. Norfolk defeats Trois-Rivières 4-3. We believe former Grizzly Garrett Sargis is the one that ended up getting the game winner for the Admirals. And Newfoundland is a 5-1 winner over Greenville. We'll come back in 1 minute and give you some NHL scores as we're tied at 4. Grizzlies have goals from Brett Stapley, Brandon Cutler, Adam Berg, and Aaron Aragon. The Steelheads have goals from Jordan Kawaguchi, Dimitris Kumatsis, as well as A.J. White and Roman Radzinski. We'll have third period action on the other side as we're tied at 4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. Let's go over some NHL scores tonight. The Idaho Steelheads NHL affiliate, the Dallas Stars, get a 3-2 victory over Montreal. Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, they fall to Florida 4-0. St. Louis defeats Buffalo 3-1. Detroit got a penalty shot 23 seconds into overtime. Jake Wallman scored to give the Red Wings a 4-3 victory over Vancouver. Calgary defeats the Islanders 5-2. Capitals shut out the Bruins 3-0. Carolina gets a 1-0 overtime shutout win over New Jersey. Tampa Bay defeats Columbus 4-2. Ottawa over Toronto 5-3. Philadelphia gets a 3-2 win over Seattle. Winnipeg defeats Pittsburgh 2-1. And in overtime, Nashville defeats the Arizona, at least for now, Arizona Coyotes 5-4. We'll come back in 1 minute and have third period action as we're tied at 4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Well, we're tied at 4, just about set for third period action. Don't forget the Grizzlies have a 3-game homestand next weekend as they take on the Wheeling Nailers. And they are the red hot Wheeling Nailers right now with the 3-0 victory they had over Reading earlier today. They have now won 12 games in a row. So that'll be certainly exciting. The Friday night matchup is going to be an AFCU Friday with a 7:10 start. Saturday is going to be Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. So that's certainly one to keep an eye out for. As we're tied at 4, both teams are on the ice here to get started for the third period. They play $10 by MIA as me and Cam McGuire are dancing. As, yeah, this is the tradition. They've sung this song before the third period just about every game. So what you do is you just take your hand and you just bounce it up and down. Dante Januzzi getting stretched out in front of his net. He'll be defending the goal that we see from the left side as Idaho will be skating from right to left here in the third period. Utah will be skating from our right to from our left to our right. We don't even know our left from our right sometimes, as we're hanging out high atop section 203 for the sixth meeting of 14 between the Grizzlies and Steelheads this season. Utah will start the third period with Aaron Aragon, Tyler Penner, and Dylan Fitz. For Aragon, he has 8 goals in a Grizzlies uniform. Dylan Fitz has 8 goals this season. And Tyler Penner, guess what, also has 8 goals. So all 3 of the forwards here to start the third period have 8 goals for Utah in the season. Aaron Aragon did score 2 goals for Idaho earlier in the year. Defensive pairing is going to be Robbie Stucker, who I think looked pretty impressive tonight. Stucker, through 2 periods, is even on the plus-minus category, and he has 1 shot, but he seems to make good decisions with the puck. He keeps his head up, and he's going to be a keeper. Stucker and Nathan Burke were teammates at the University of Minnesota for 3 years. Oddly enough, they were teammates for 2 seasons with Idaho goaltender Jared Moe, who's in there right now relieving an ineffective Brian Thompson, who only saved 4 of 8 here so far here tonight. Penner will take the draw against A.J. White. White scored a power play goal, 9:38 into the second period to cut into the Utah lead to make it 4-3. It's 4-4 now. Idaho wins the draw, but they turn it over. Fitz left side shot is blocked by Zins. Fitz gets it back behind the net. He feeds it out in front towards Aragon, but the puck stays at Fitz's ankles as Fitz will skate towards the far side. He'll bank it off the boards for Wickers, who winds and fires. Slap shot is kicked away by Moe as Fitz, far side, gets it back towards Wickers. Wickers will tap it off at Fitz to the far corner. Penner will gallop after it. He gets to Aragon near side. And Aragon will bounce it off his ends, off his Zalati. It goes back towards Aragon over to Fitz, who will filter it along the boards. As Wickers gets hit, Idaho will carry it out of the zone. They'll move it to the left for Zalati. He tried to angle it towards the right. It bounced off a Merchant skate. Fitz gathers it, but he was still in the Steelhead zone, and so he is offside as we get our first whistle, 45 seconds into the third period. Grizzlies will get Stapley, Cutler, and Berg out there for the first time in this third period. It's a potential playoff matchup. Obviously, we got a lot of hockey left to be played. And the Grizzlies do have some tough opponents here over the next couple months, including the Wheeling Nailers, who are on a 12-game winning streak heading into the Salt Lake Valley. Utah wins the draw. Oh, turnover. Right wing shot goes wide as Texera had a glance off his stick. And Murphy was able to shoot wide, though, but he had a great look from the right circle. As Grizzlies get it at center ice, far side, Berg will wheel it around the boards. Right side, Cutler throws it back to the near corner for Stapley, who tried to direct it towards Berg. It stays at Stapley, who battles with Cudla. Stapley throws it to the corner that he vacated. As Bice will move it to Cudla, who one-hands it to neutralize for Rassel, who one-hands it to Murphy. We'll toss it into the Grizzlies zone as Rassel took it away from Texera. He skates to the far side. He'll skate in on Januzzi and couldn't get a shot off as he just cut too close in front of the net. Puck goes out to center ice. The Grizzlies cleared it out. Register moves it towards the far side. It banked off the boards, and it's going to be icing on Idaho as we get a whistle with 18:26 left in the third. Later this month is when the Grizzlies will take on the Steelheads again. I think that series is going to be at Idaho Central Arena. And it is. Next Grizzlies game against Idaho will be a 3-game set at Idaho Central Arena, February 28th and March 1st and 2nd. I think it is a leap year, so the Grizzlies will have an off day between the first and second games, a Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday series. Grizzlies have it. Semick with a shot, and it bounces off at Gallant's backside. Rassel will clear it out to center. Semick will backhand it towards Wickers at center ice and move it towards Gallant. And it goes deep into the Steelhead zone. No icing on the play, even though Wickers was in Grizzlies territory when he tossed the pass. Rodzinski advances to Kanadi left wing. He'll step over the line. Kanadi look to center to Miller. Goes to the right side. Shot. Saved by Januzzi. It bounces in front of the crease. Messner clears it out. And it's going to be icing on Utah. Boy, another close call there as the puck ended up across. And Januzzi was able to make a save. It looked like Kanadi was trying to center it to the slot, and the puck rolled all the way towards the far circle where Idaho had a good look, and I think it was Keller that took the shot. Jade Miller will take the draw as the Steelheads wear a black jersey with white numbers and a little bit of either gray or silver on the shoulders as well as the bottom of the jersey tops. Grizzlies are in a white jersey with black numbers and professional green trim. Draw one by the Steelheads. Keller left side. Righty shot goes wide. He didn't get much on it. He tried to feather it in there. Rodzinski has it poked away by Burke. It goes to center ice. Rodzinski gets it back at the Idaho line. He gets the earn in the near side. Earn will bank it off the end boards towards Rodzinski. As Hill saucered out to Keller, has a glance off his stick. Neal gets blasted by Canati. Neal gets back to his feet as Canati's hit at center ice, gets the crowd fired up. As Cutler gains the line, left wing, fires towards the net, and it's sticked away by Mo. Addison trying to brush it towards the near corner. Neal got his stick held up. It goes to our Curry, who lifts it out to center ice. Kumatsis gets it from Keller. Kumatsis will drive it in. As Teixeira, far side, will move it towards Mayhew. Mayhew keeps his head up and moves it across. It skips off the ice towards the Grizzlies bench. Zlati one-hands it into the Grizzlies zone as Merchant gathers it over towards our Curry. Our Curry centers the Merchant. Shot! It's blocked away by Neal. Neal loses his stick. He touches it up. We get a penalty. It might be Max Neal's second penalty of the game, and it's a hooking minor. And it looks like Max Neal, who picks up his stick, is going to get his second penalty of the contest. So Max Neal gets 2 minutes for hooking, and Idaho goes back on the power play with 16:55 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 4. Idaho is 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. AJ White will take the draw. Keller, for some reason, went to the box, but it looked like the penalty wasn't on him. It was on Neal. Draw one by the Steelheads, but it goes between our Curry and Register, as Register will lumber after it, and he gets it in the Steelhead zone. He skates around Jared Moe's net as Register keeps his head up looking towards his left. Now he fakes to his left, gets to center ice, and he gets hit by Teixeira. He gets the knee, and he'll get it to Merchant far side as Merchant will skate towards the corner, being challenged by Messner. They feed it up top for Register. Register directs it towards our Curry. Right circle. He gathers it, fires towards the net, and it goes wide as Wicker's got a stick in the way. Register right point, gets it towards our Curry, who dances to his left. Now he slides to Kawaguchi. Left circle, lefty shot. Saved by Januzzi. It trickles towards the far side. Messner tried to clear it out. Register kept it in. So Register filters it towards the left side for Merchant. Merchant towards the high slot. Gets to the right side. Our Curry one-timer. Saved by Januzzi as he absorbed it around chest high. 16:07 left in the third. 1:12 left in the Idaho power play. Draw's going to be in the Grizzly zone in the far circle. Fans take up a Let's Go Steelheads chant. It's anybody's game. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Steelheads 4. Utah led 3-2 after one period. Grizzlies had a 4-2 lead after Aragon's goal early in the frame, but 2 unanswered by Idaho's tied it up at 4. As goes to the high slot. Zlati with a blast and goes wide. Puck bounces over Murphy, who couldn't get the bouncing puck, and it goes to center ice. So Grizzlies were able to clear it out. As Zlati around Moe's net. As he'll get it to Cudla in the near side. Cudla at neutral ice will gallop across center. Now he steps over the line. He gets challenged by Mayhew, but Cudla will backhand it off the end board. Januzzi lets it go. Rassel will spin it around towards the far side as Cudla gets it to Zlati in the high slot. Zlati switches places with Cudla. As Zlati gets it to Cudla, left wing, across towards Bice. Bice, the far dot over to Zlati, back towards Bice. Fires a one-timer, and it bounced off of Wickers. Keeping it in is Cudla. Late in the power play, 22 seconds left. Zlati, left side, gets to Murphy, gets it across towards Bice. He'll take a shot, he scores! Murphy to Bice to the back of the net as Idaho's taking a 5-4 lead. The fans go crazy here at Idaho Central Arena as Ty Pelton Bice gets his 12th of the season with Wade Murphy getting the assists. Murphy and Bice are 1 and 2 in the league plus-minus category. As Murphy was in the near circle, just got it across towards Bice, who fired away from the face-off dot and fired it past Januzzi. So Steelheads are 2 for 2 on the power play, and they lead 5-4 with 15:12 left in the third. Draw one by the Grizzlies, as Idaho has outshot Utah 38-18. And that includes a 4-1 edge here in the third period. Grizzlies cross center ice left wing. Cutler steps over the line and stops. He gets across to Stucker. He moves to the slot for Teixeira. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Lincoln Earn. As Miller trying to clear it out, Teixeira gets it. He gets blasted by Canati. Puck goes deep in the Steelhead zone as it spins towards the near side to Stapley. Skates towards the point, centers it to Berg, and it tapped off a Cutler stick and on to Canati. And Canati crosses center ice. He'll skate in. He gets around Teixeira. He'll take a shot, and it's blocked by Stucker. Canati gallops towards the near corner, gets double teamed. Stucker gallops over there. As Tekshera moves it back to the vacated corner. They get it up top to Rodzinski. Across towards Earn. Earn fires towards the net, and it's blocked by Berg. That's taken by Miller. He danced around the near side as Miller he looked to center it out in front. Hot pass was too hot for Earn to handle, and the puck goes into the Steelhead zone far side. Both teams will change things up. About 6 minutes into the third period, it's 5-1. It's 5-4 Steelheads. So Curry flies across center ice. He's got great speed. He'll toss it off the far boards. He tried to get it back, and glanced off his stick and goes to Utah. As Nathan Burke will spin it out to center ice. It goes to Register. He'll backhand it to Kudla across to Kawaguchi near the Grizzlies bench, and he'll lightly tap it in. Januzzi will spin it along the boards, far side. Kudla keeps it in right point. He gets blasted by Burke. As the Steelheads get it towards Kawaguchi right side. Kawaguchi fake star Curry gets up top to Kudla. Kudla gets around Burke, who one-hands it and clears it out to center. Great job by Nathan Burke defensively here in this shift, as Burke will skate towards the bench. Great defensive work by Nathan Burke, the former Minnesota and Bowling Green product. Kawaguchi throws it back in. Januzzi behind his net will get it towards Mayhew, dances around. Now Mayhew stops and surveys the landscape. It's Mayhew, moves it to the near side for Aragon. Aragon gets around A.J. White at center ice, and he'll tap it off the glass near the Steelheads bench. And so play stops with 13:11 left in the third. Ty Pelton-By scored a power play goal, and that's the difference in the game as Idaho leads Utah 5-4 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's the Steelheads 5, Grizzlies 4. Ty Pelton-By scored 4:48 into the third period with Wade Murphy and Ben Zalotti getting the assists. Draw goes all the way into the Steelhead zone. Idaho gets it. They skate from right to left as we see it from high top section 203. Zalotti advanced it towards Merchant. It tapped off his stick and new tries. Goes deep in the Grizzly zone. Semick will slice it towards the far side, but didn't get much on it. As White trickles it towards Merchant. Right side shot. And a blocker saved by Januzzi. Zalotti rolls it around the boards. Rassel plays it behind the net. He gets pushed by Semick and gets held up. As Semick loses the stick, they filter it out in front. It glanced off of Penner, who gets it. As Penner will throw it to New Trice and chase after it. Merchant will tap it back in as both teams make a switch. Idaho carries it around their net. As Trevor Zenz gets to New Trice across the center. He'll fire it around the boards. Stucker along the near side. Gets pushed by Murphy. As Stucker moves it across towards Wickers, who pushes it to Berg. Berg out to center ice, moves it to Stapley, skiing down the middle. Stapley over to Cutler. One-timers blocked by Register stick. Stapley behind the net. Will saucer it to Cutler, who gets the wobbling puck. As Cutler gets bounced by Murphy. That's going to be a penalty. Cross-checking is going to be the call. As Murphy can't believe it. He argues with the referee. As Murphy pushed Cutler along the near boards, Cutler lost his feet. The fans voice their displeasure, but the Grizzlies are going to get their second power play of the night. As Cutler and some of the people on the Idaho bench have some words. As Wade Murphy's going to get 2 minutes for cross-checking. 12:05 left in regulation. First power play was in the second period when a fan threw a chuck-a-puck after A.J. White scored halfway through the second period. This one is a cross-check by Wade Murphy. 7:55 into the third. Idaho leads 5-4. See if the Grizzlies can come away with a tying goal. Utah wins the draw. Stapley down the middle. Toe drag. Righty shot. Saved by Moe. Rebound goes to Kudla, who will bank it off the near glass all the way towards Januzzi. Januzzi stops it in the crease, and he gets to Mayhew. Skates around the net. Mayhew down the middle. Gets around Merchant. He'll drop it off for Cutler, who gets to Stapley at new tries. Back to Cutler as they play catch. Cutler left wings it towards Stucker, who wraps it around the boards. Fits in the right side. Will wrap it back around. Idaho gathers it, and Register will saucer it airborne all the way towards Januzzi. As Januzzi gets it behind his net, and they'll get it to Mayhew. As Mayhew gets back checked by Cutler. Cutler took it away. Colton Keller. As Keller will tattoo it off the near boards out to the Idaho line. Rodzinski will move it across towards Lincoln Earn, who moves it to Grizzlies territory. Bice couldn't handle it. And Mayhew will throw it back deeper in the Grizzlies zone. Mayhew will now start the attack as he'll get to center ice. Mayhew crosses center. He'll step over the line, and he'll toss it to the right corner. It skips off the ice on one hop over to the boards. Right side, Gallant. Gets it across towards Burke. Burke left side shot goes wide. It looked like it got redirected by Messner. Bice will get it, and he'll clear it out. Steelheads make a line change. Grizzlies will keep their 5-man unit on the ice. They made a change earlier in the power play. Teixeira over to Gallant, who moves to Burke on the left side. Burke crosses center ice. He'll skating it to Addison, trying to get back towards Burke. It gets to Addison, who backhands it to Teixeira across to Messner on the right point. He'll get it towards Teixeira. He's in the right point. Over towards Gallant, back towards Teixeira. High slot. He gets to Burke on the left side. Back to Teixeira. Over to Gallant, right side. He'll skeet towards the circle. He gets it back to Teixeira. Over to Burke, left side. He'll skeet towards the circle. He moves to Messner near far goal line. Over towards Gallant. Take a shot. Saved by Mo. Idaho will bank it off the near boards and goes out to center ice. Wade Murphy's out of the penalty box right now. And the Steelheads are 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. It's still 5-4 Idaho. Teixeira halfway through the third period behind his net. Idaho's outshot Utah 39-20. Teixeira fakes towards his right. Now skate in front of Januzzi. And still slicing out to center ice for Aragon, who flips it in. Mo behind his net will direct it towards the near side for Kawaguchi, who gets pushed by Neal, who loses his helmet. Neal's got to get off the ice, and he does as he races towards the bench. Utah fires towards the net. It goes wide as Neal's helmet is laying deep in the Steelhead zone as well as his stick. Merchant into the Grizzly zone. He skates around Januzzi's net towards the near side as Merchant fakes it to Kudla. Across the register. One-timer goes wide as he went stick side on Januzzi but missed the net. Penner ahead towards Wickers. A glance up at his stick and register will saucer it back into Grizzlies territory. White trying to throw it to Kudla. Pass behind him. Now Merchant with a blast that goes wide from the left wing as Merchant comes off the ice. Stapley will gallop out to Neutrise. He gets around White. White now gets it poked away by Rassel. It moves to Aragon, who diagonals it to the left for Cutler. Throws it into the far corner and chases after it. Register gets it, and he'll backhand it towards Earn. Lincoln Earn ships it towards Bice. Bice will bank it off the boards to Rassel, far side. Rassel with a right wing shot. Saved by Januzzi. Dante holds on to the body save with 8:45 left in the third. It's the Steelheads 5 and the Grizzlies 4. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh. That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Stop in for our Founders Celebration Sale and save up to $150 on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
It's the Steelheads 5 and the Grizzlies 4. 8:45 left in the third period. Bice scored a power play goal, 4:48 into the third, with Murphy and Zloty getting the assist. Idaho has outshot Utah 6-3 here in the third period. Grizzlies win the draw in their own zone as Mayhew will skip it ahead of him. Now he'll chase after it and get it. And he'll move it to Burke on the left side as Burke will zip it in as it rolls around along the boards. Mo cuts it off. And he gets to the far side as the Steelheads get challenged by Cole Gallant, but they skate around Mo's net towards the near side as the puck tipped off the stick of Messner. Goes to Rassel, who moves it across to Earn. Earn far side across to Murphy, who taps it in and chases after it. Gallant with good speed. Gets a good shoulder from Murphy as the glass sways back and forth as Mayhew will move it ahead to Burke. Burke crosses center ice. He'll lift it in as it went over Lincoln Earn's head. Burke chases after it with good speed. As he'll move it to Stapley in the high slot. Stapley fakes to his right. He'll take a shot. He scores! Brett Stapley ties the game as he gets the second of the contest. As he went over Moe's left shoulder. And the Grizzlies are fired up as Brett Stapley just got it all alone in the right circle and fired it past Moe. It's the first goal allowed by Moe here so far, as the puck just chipped towards Stapley, who was in the slot, and moved to his right on a good shoulder fake and got all alone to the right side, and he got it past Moe, stick side, as the Grizzlies have tied it up at 5 here in a now quiet Idaho Central Arena. It's anybody's game now as we're tied at 5. Both teams have one goal here in the third period. As Wickers gets to Stapley, he moves it over Zlotti's head. The puck skips towards the left side. Grizzlies get called for icing, though, as they dumped it in from their own territory. So 2 goals for Stapley tonight. Goals 13 and 14 on the season. And for Brett Stapley, it's his 10th multiple-point game of the season. That leads the Grizzlies. Well, the fans are getting their money's worth here tonight. What outstanding, exciting action here at Idaho Central Arena. Steelheads win the draw. Zlotti gets it across off the far boards. Curry couldn't reach it. Wickers ahead towards Berg, who gallops after it with speed. And it's offside as the Grizzlies entered. Berg didn't have the puck, and the puck came in after Berg. Stapley's goal is assisted by Nathan Burke. As Burke gets his 17th assist of the season. Stapley is a +3 tonight. He leads Utah with 6 shots. Stapley will take the draw against Kumatsis. And Stapley's now on hat trick watch with 2 goals. Register gets to Kudla, far side as Kudla advances it to Arcuri. It flips in the air off of Arcuri's stick. Colton Keller chases after it. He gets there before Wickers as Keller gets his stick held up. Puck goes to Utah as Keller gets pushed along the far boards by Arcuri. As Kudla dances around Stapley, he gets it across towards Keller. It bounced off a Stapley stick onto Stucker, who backhands it to Berg near the Steelheads bench. As the puck flips high into the air, it's gloved and dropped by Cutler, who gets a hip check from Kudla, and Cutler gets divorced in the puck as Register behind Idaho's net will settle things down. As Register surveys the landscape, 7 minutes and counting left in the third, tied at 5. As Register continues to look on, A.J. White cuts towards the right. As Register moves it towards Kudla, who moves to center ice. A glance off the Merchant stick. White chases after it. He gets pushed by Texture as the glass sways back and forth. Fits ahead to Mayhew. 3-on-3. Grizzlies cross center ice. Mayhew steps over the line, gets to Aragon, who chips it back to Mayhew in the far corner. Zlotti took it away from him. Fans take up a Let's Go Steelheads chant. White enters the zone 2-on-2. They'll move it to the left side for Merchant, who tried to center it to Kawaguchi. Pass goes wide. Aragon will carry it out to center ice with speed. He crosses center. Now he steps over the line. Faked it to Penner behind him. And the puck goes off the end boards as Aragon got hit and taken off the puck. As Merchant gets hit by Penner, who directs it to the far corner, but Zins takes it away and he moves it to Kawaguchi. 2-on-3. Steelheads cross center ice. Kawaguchi lightly taps it in at the end of a shift. As Stucker gets pushed along the boards by Bice. Wickers moves it. It's picked off by Murphy. Murphy gets it taken away by Wickers. Now Bice looked to center it. It glanced off a Wickers stick left side. Rodzinski skates towards the corner. Shot saved by Januzzi. Another shot saved by Januzzi again. Both shots taken by Rodzinski. Murphy has it skip over his stick, and it goes into the Steelhead zone as it's scalped and run down by Lincoln Earn. And so he'll move it to Bice. He's on the right side. Bice diagonals it off of Gallant. It goes to Rassel, who moves to Murphy, who enters from the right point. Murphy saucers it across off the near wall as Mayhew will lift it over the head of Gallant. Goes to Rodzinski at center ice. He'll skate towards the Idaho blue line. He moves to Rassel. Rassel crosses center ice. He'll skate into the zone. He gets around Berg. Rassel centers out towards Murphy. It's sticked away by Januzzi as Gallant moves it towards Berg, who couldn't handle it. Bice couldn't reach it. It's Teixeira over towards Berg. Grizzlies 3-on-2 enter the zone. Berg over towards Cutler, but Cutler has to get it off the boards right side. They'll skate towards the corner and stop. Now Cutler skates towards the point. He gets pushed by Kudla as Cutler gets it towards Stapley. Now back to Cutler, who will bounce it off of Stapley's ankle. Stapley gets it. He moves it up top for Mayhew. He'll take a shot left wings, blocked by Murphy. Mayhew gets it back at center ice. Grizzlies have to reset. Mayhew re-enters from the left side. He'll drop it off for Cutler. Cutler fires towards the net. Saved by Moe. He holds on as we get a whistle and a timeout. 4:38 is left in the third period. It's anybody's game as we're tied at 5. Remember, the Grizzlies have 4 games past regulation. All of them are on the road. We'll see what happens when we come back. Idaho's outshot Utah 41-22. But we're tied at 5 after Brett Stapley got his second goal of the night. And we got an interesting one here in store. It's the Grizzlies 5 and the Steelheads 5 as we're live at Idaho Central Arena on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
It's the Grizzlies 5 and the Steelheads 5. Draws in the Idaho zone far circle. Tyler Penner will take it. He's got Fitz to his left and Aragon to his right. All 3 of those forwards have 8 goals for Utah this season. Drawn 1 by Idaho. Trevor Zins will zip it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Kanadi chasing after it. No icing as the linesman said that Kanadi beat the Grizzlies over there. Wickers has it though and gets it towards Fitz. He lifts it out of the zone as Fitz got a good shoulder from Keller. As Idaho has it in their own end. And Zalati moves it towards Zins, who advanced it to Keller. Keller gets around Fitz. He'll bank it off the far boards. Keller trying to locate it. Gets it to Zins, who fires it in. As it ricochets off the backboards, Kanadi chases after it near corner. He moves it across to Miller. We tried to brush it to the point, but couldn't get a piece of it as Aragon gets hit by Keller. As Cudlett center ice, moves it towards Kanadi. As Kanadi steps over the line, right point shot is blocked by Semick. And Semick looks like he's hurt as he's on one knee. That one stung him. As Semick reaches for his ankle, play is stopped. As I think the Grizzlies are called for icing as Jacob Semick looks like he's hurt. As Semick will skate slowly towards the bench as he blocked the Nick Kanadi shot. Semick looks like he can't put any weight on one of his ankles. As Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, will look after him as Semick will take a seat on the bench. Semick gets a pat on the back from assistant coach Christian Horn. A.J. White will take the draw against Utah's Ironman Tyler Penner. Penner, one of 3 Grizzlies to have appeared in every game this year, along with Messner and Cutler. As Register near the blue line is able to keep it in after fumbling it for a second. Wickers holds up Bice. White hacks away with Mayhew. White gets up top to Register, who fires towards the net, sticked away by Januzzi, and goes out of play off the protective netting. 3:34 is left in regulation. I think it's still a little too early to start thinking about overtime. We are talking about the Grizzlies, who have played 4 games past regulation, all of them in the last month and month plus, all of them since the start of January, and all of them have been on the road. Both teams have certainly earned the right to get standings points here tonight, but you got to play through the full 60 minutes of regulation. Bice takes a draw against Messner, and it's won by Messner and the Grizzlies as Gallant had to advance a little bit too far ahead of him and couldn't get it. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone far side, and now they filter it out in front to Rassel. Goes past him up top. Right side, Earn with a shot, and it's blocked by Burke's skate and goes back into the Idaho zone as Radzinski ahead to Murphy as the Steelheads re-enter from the right side. Murphy trying to get to Rassel. It's picked up by Messner. Moves it to Burke. Burke crosses center ice, and he'll flub it in as Earn collides with Burke. Both guys wear number 24 as Gallant rolls it back around. Messner and Radzinski collide as Messner goes down from Murphy's stick. Idaho gets to Murphy, who drops off for Rassel across center ice. 1-on-3, he'll dump it in. The Steelheads make a change around him. Teixeira across towards Berg. 2:45 left in regulation. Berg battles with Bice as Berg gets it towards Teixeira behind Utah's net. As Januzzi with hands on knees looks on. Teixeira moves it towards Stapley, who angles it towards Cutler, who couldn't reach it. Berg skates after it and negates the icing with great speed. Berg gets hit in the back by Register as Berg filters it out in front, and the pass goes wide. White crosses center ice. Neutral ice. He'll throw it on to Januzzi. Dante gathers it and holds on as we get a whistle 2:18 is left in the third as the Steelheads will have an offensive zone draw. This has certainly been an entertaining game. Next time the Grizzlies will be in Idaho will be February 28th to start a 3-game series. February 28th as well as March 1st and 2nd. As Register and Stone have some words for each other. Stone's on the bench, Register at the point. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wickers will roll it around towards the far side. Cudla backhands it to keep it in. He moves it to the far corner. Wickers gets it back towards Robbie Stucker, one of 6 defensemen tonight. He'll throw it to center ice. Pass connects to Fitz. He'll skate towards the left circle. Righty shot. Saved by Mo. As the pass went tape to Fitz, who was in Steelheads territory. He skated into the zone, got into the left circle. Had a lot of velocity on the shot, but Mo was able to make a save. Great outlet pass by Stucker onto Fitz. The pass went tape to tape. You have to be impressed with Robbie Stucker. I know Dakota Raby was a fan favorite, but considering Semick taking the puck to the ankle and Wesley getting called up to the AHL earlier today, and if you joined us late, Josh Wesley got called up to Colorado earlier today. That's why the Grizzlies needed the defensive depth. Left point, Wickers with a shot that goes wide. Grizzlies filtered out in front towards Stapley, and it looks like Mo's covered up. Grizzlies think that they have scored. The goal light looked like it went off for half a second. Stapley pointing to the goal line, and he thinks he has scored. Cutler has as well. They might go to replay. As Cutler pointing up top, he wants this thing to get reviewed. It looked like the goal light lit up for about a second or so. Cutler, Stapley, and company thinks that they have scored. The referee talking it over with the linesman. They might go to video replay to check to see if the puck crossed the goal line. Cutler and Stapler are going through the motions, high-fiving everybody on the Grizzlies bench as if they have taken a 6-5 lead. They're going to go to video replay as Utah believes that they have taken the lead here with 1:53 left in the third. Stapley and Cutler are insistent that Utah got it past the goal line. They will not show a replay on the video board with this sellout crowd to try to, the crowd probably would look at it and try to give their opinion and maybe influence the call. So they're not going to show it on replay. Let's see on the Idaho side if they've got a shot. As Grizzlies got it towards the goal line. Mo Stapley thinks that he has hacked it in. Hard to really tell where the puck is, though. As Stapley insisted it got it in, Mo was trying to kind of corral it with his ankles. As it was Cutler centering it to Stapley, Mo kind of took a stick back behind him, making sure the puck didn't get past him. Stapley continued to hack away. And then the whistle blew, and Stapley was insistent that the puck ended up crossing the goal line. I don't know if you're going to get real evidence. So it looked like the puck was at the goal line, then Mo covered it up to the point where the camera couldn't see it. So they're looking over once again. I wonder if the tablet's working, as looks like a technician is pointing towards the tablet. Referee swipes towards his right. So he must have found a smoke show there on the screen. I mean, is he looking at the replay or is he going to bumble? I don't know. He did swipe right, so hopefully there's a match there. I don't know. The tablet's working. The official shook his head back and forth. I don't think they got the tablet to work. No goal. It almost looked like the tablet wasn't working. Dylan Fitz over there talking with the referee. Based on how the official was looking at the tablet, he was either shaking his head back and forth saying, I don't have evidence, or maybe the tablet wasn't working. Dylan Fitz is now talking with Knasowicz, and Fitz is telling Knasowicz what the referee said to him. Draws going to be in the far circle. Cutler will take the drives out there with Berg and Stapley. Idaho wins it. We're tied at 5. Register gets it towards White. He moves to his right for Kawaguchi. It tapped off his stick. It goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Stucker cuts in front of Kawaguchi. Get the puck over towards Wickers as he battles a Merchant. As Wickers and Merchant continue to battle, puck drifts towards the far corner. Back towards Kawaguchi behind the net. You look for Merchant. Pass behind him, and Merchant was able to gather it and filter it up top. Cut the right side shot. Gets redirected and goes wide. As it bounced off of White. Now White behind the net. Skates towards the far side. He'll kick it off the far boards for Kudla, who moves across to our Curry. Skates towards the circle. Lefty shot. Kick saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Cutler, who flubs it out to center ice as he was able to clear it out. Kudla skates back in. He's being shadowed by Cutler. Cutler gives Kudla a hip check as Kudla will bounce it off the end boards. Stucker Collides with Kumatsis. He centers to Arcuri. Arcuri over to Cutler. Cutler over the shot. Saved by Januzzi, who's on his side. Grizzlies cleared out. It's going to be icing on Utah, but Januzzi. Boy, they looked to center it there. Kumatsis to Keller, and then Januzzi was able to kick it away. You talk about quick as a cat. The agility of Dante Januzzi is amazing. And he keeps it a tie score with less than a minute left in regulation. Boy, they were able to get it to Arcuri, who threw it behind his back to Keller. Boy, Januzzi robbed Keller. That's a felony in 6 states, and I think Idaho's one of them. As Keller left wing gets off the draw, shot goes wide on Januzzi. As Wickers gets spun around by Kumatsis. As Messner ahead to Berg. As Berg will flip it high into the air. It goes over Zinn's head. Zinn gets it off the far boards. Blue line to blue line pass to Keller. As Keller will send it deep in. As Messner will move it to the near side. As Gallant lifts it over Zlotti's head. Zlotti gets the skipping puck. Deep in the Steelhead zone near circle. 22 seconds left. We're tied at 5. Ed to Rassel at center ice. He'll slice it around the boards. Januzzi cuts it off. Dante moves to Teixeira. It gets to Gallant off his stick. 12 seconds left. Grizzlies clear it out to center. Register. Diagonals it to the right for Murphy, who skates in, but Mayhew clears it back out. 3 seconds left, and we're going to go to overtime for the 5th time this season. Both teams get a standing point. As we head to overtime, Grizzlies are 3-1 in games decided past regulation. The score was tied at 4 after 2 periods. Ty Pelton-Bice scored a power play goal, 4:48 in, and the Grizzlies answered as Stapley tied it up 11:59 into the 3rd period. Brett Stapley has 2 goals and 1 assist and a +3 rating. Kyle Mayhew doesn't have any points, but he's a +4. Adam Berg, Aaron Aragon, and Brandon Cutler have added goals. Cutler's a +3. Dante Januzzi has saved 40 of 45. He's certainly been busy. Brian Thompson for Idaho got the start. He stopped 4 of 8. Jared Moe came in relief, and he has saved 15 of 16. Idaho has outshot Utah 45-24, but just as we saw last Saturday and last Sunday against Tulsa, it didn't really matter what the shot count looks like. Utah's 3-1 in overtime this year. Brandon Cutler has 2 of Utah's 3 overtime game winners. Dylan Fitz has the other. Stapley, Cutler, and Mayhew are the 3 on the ice to start overtime. Ty Pelton-Bice and Wade Murphy, the 2 leading plus-minus forwards in the league. They're out there as well as Patrick Cudlaw. Grizzlies will be skating from right to left in overtime. Idaho from our left to our right. 7 minutes on the clock to start OT. Both teams have a standing point. We'll see who gets that second one. Grizzlies win the draw. Mayhew skates all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone around Januzzi's net. He gets to Cutler, over to Stapley, who has to go behind him. Murphy takes the puck 2-on-2. He enters the zone. He tried to get to Bice. It kicks off the Cutler's skate. It goes towards Bice. He's trying to get to Murphy. Murphy gets it, and he'll move it to Cudlaw. Patrick Cudlaw gets it towards Bice left side. Bice gets to Murphy down the middle. Backhand shot. What a save by Januzzi! As Cutler back in the Grizzlies zone. As Dante made a big stop on Bice. And might have been Murphy. As Cutler gets tripped up behind the net by Murphy. No call. Cutler back to his feet. Mayhew will cross center ice, 30 seconds in overtime. Grizzlies under the zone. They move it towards the near board. Stapley will throw it back deep in the Utah end. As Januzzi plays it in the corner. Grizzlies change up a couple players. Stapley stays out there. Stapley gets the puck over towards Nathan Burke. He enters the zone right side. He skates towards the far corner. Burke around Idaho's net. As he loses his balance, he gets back to his feet. Burke with the puck. He tried to get to Gallant as he's double teamed. Register takes it away. Burke will hustle after it, and he gets it back. Burke has it one time off of his stick. Now goes back towards Wickers, over to cut to Burke. Now to Wickers, who crosses center ice. He steps over the line. He skates towards the near circle. Take a shot. Saved by Moe. Rebound goes to White. White back deep in the Steelhead zone. As Wickers comes off, he's replaced by Stucker. Messner and Gallant are out there. As White enters the zone, the Steelheads captain. He has 1 goal tonight. White gets it across to Register in the left point. Register glides slowly towards the far corner. He'll tap it around the boards. Kawaguchi in the right point gets it. He'll get it to Register just outside the right circle. Register reverses his field towards his left. He gets around Gallant down the middle. Register now on the right side. He gets up top towards Radzinski. Radzinski with the goal tonight. Back towards Register. He's in the high slot. Register skates down the middle slowly. Now he's back towards the right side. Register patiently skates towards the left circle. He sired the Kawaguchi, who couldn't reach it. Kicks off the Januzzi's pads. Kawaguchi gets it in the near corner. He'll skate towards the right side. Now towards the left circle, being shadowed by Stucker. It's Kawaguchi. Far corner. Stucker holds on to Kawaguchi. Now behind the net. Gallant trying to clear it. And now it goes towards the far corner. Rassel gallops after it. He'll skate towards the left point. Steelheads in the attack zone in overtime. 2.5 minutes in. Rassel will skate towards the left circle. Now Rassel skates towards the far side. Now he pivots and skates around the left circle. Fans take a Let's Go Steelheads chant as Radzinski exits, replaced by Zalati. Rassel over towards Kawaguchi on the right side. Now to Zalati, who skates towards his right, back towards the right circle for Kawaguchi. He'll fire towards the net. Then Januzzi with a kick save. Puck goes to the near corner. Stucker gets it. He'll move it towards Messner. Messner chases after it. Neutralized. Goes to Zalati. He moves to Kawaguchi left side. 2-on-1. Kawaguchi over to Rassel. One-timer, didn't get much on it. As he missed the net, Rassel across to Zalati. Zalati gets it. The line keeps it in. He'll get to Kawaguchi right side. Kawaguchi dances around. As he'll fire towards the net. Kick save by Januzzi. Rebound. Our Curry didn't get much on it. Grizzlies race to neutralize. Cutler, already 2 overtime game winners this year. He gets around Kawaguchi. Stick save by Moe as he poked it away. As Stapley on the right side skates towards the circle. Stapley centers the Cutler. Take a shot. What a save by Moe! And he holds on. Oh, Stapley at the pass go across to Cutler. Boy, Cutler got robbed by Jared Moe. What a stop. Stapley was to the right circle. He got the puck. Cutler cut towards the net. Stapley saucered it to Cutler. Cutler was able to get it off. What an unbelievable kick save by Jared Moe. And then with his right glove, as it was trickling past him, Moe was just able to get his glove and just extend it to hold on. What an unbelievable save by Jared Moe to keep the game alive. Tied at 5. Idaho wins halfway through overtime. As Kudla gets to Kumatsis, the Arizona State product. He gets pushed by Stapley. Kumatsis loses bounce, but he gets it back. So he'll get it to Kudla around the net. We're tied at 5 in overtime. Both teams have played hard. Kudla crosses center ice. He steps over the line. He's being challenged by Mayhew. Kudla off the end boards, gets up top to Kumatsis. He'll dance around and gets our Curry. Back to Kumatsis left side. As he fires towards the net, and it's kicked away as it never got to Januzzi. Cutler gets the puck as he's in the near side. As he'll throw it towards Mayhew, who's at the near side. Less than 3 minutes left in overtime. Tied at 5. Cutler on the far side. Sauces across to Mayhew near the Idaho bench. Mayhew gains center ice. Now he steps over the blue line. Mayhew glides towards his right. Drops it off for Burke. It's tapped to center ice. Back to Cutler. He'll push it back. Turnover. Cutler has it. Cutler skates left side. Take a shot. Kick save by Januzzi. And Dante dives in the crease to cover up. Cutler threw it behind his back, thinking that nobody was there, or maybe that a Grizzly was there. And he pulled a Fred Brown as Cutler took the puck, and he skated towards the left side. And it was Cutler and Januzzi one-on-one. Januzzi made a kick save and then dove to his left in the crease to cover up. 2:32 left in overtime. Both goaltenders have made some stellar saves to keep their team alive. Grizzlies won the draw. Keone Tekshire in his first shift in overtime. Back deep in the Grizzlies zone as he's being pushed by Bice. He's out there with Fitz and Penner. As Tekshire behind Utah's net over towards Fitz. The puck trickles in front of the crease. Murphy goes down. He's laying near the puck. Murphy gets back to his feet. We get a whistle. And let's see. A lot of hand gestures by the referee. I believe they're going to call Murphy for a hand pass. Fans voice their displeasure. No, the penalty box. The penalty box is open. Murphy's going to get a penalty. So Murphy was laying on the puck. Grizzlies are going to get a power play. Murphy was in front of the crease, laying near the puck. Timeout's going to be called by the Grizzlies. So a power play gets awarded as Wade Murphy gets a penalty that's kind of puzzled everybody in the seats. It's puzzled everybody here. Ryan Kanasowicz, the Grizzlies head coach, is drawing up a play. He's drawing it up with Cutler, Mayhew, Burke looking nearby, as well as Fitz and Penner. We'll see only 4 will be on the ice. 4-on-3 power play for the Grizzlies with 2:14 left in overtime. Then the referee, once the play stopped, did a bunch of hand gestures and all of a sudden moved Murphy into the penalty box. 2 minutes for delay of game, closing his hand on the puck. So we've had 2 crazy penalties. A fan threw a chuck-a-puck in the second period and got Idaho a penalty. And now Wade Murphy closes his hand on the puck and gets a delay of game minor here in overtime. Cutler will take the draw. He's got Stapley to his left. Up top is Cole Gallant and Kyle Mayhew. Now Gallant will skate down towards Cutler and Stapley in the circle. Draw one by Utah. Tied at 5 in overtime. Mayhew gets towards Gallant. Back to Mayhew. Remember, Cutler scored in overtime against Tulsa last week. Stapley over to Mayhew as they play catch. Mayhew across towards Gallant, right side. Gallant over to Stapley, who fakes a one-timer. Now he takes a wrist shot, saved by Mo. Rebound goes to register, and he'll sail it all the way towards Januzzi as the puck guy are under it. Januzzi outlets it all the way to center ice for Mayhew. He'll throw it into the zone, but it's Kudla who gets it, and Kudla will saucer it all the way towards Januzzi. So brush it ahead towards Mayhew. As Kyle Mayhew gets to neutralize, he crosses center, right wing over to Gallant. He steps over the line. Gallant back to Mayhew. He's in the right point, over to Cutler. He'll skate towards the right circle. He stops, dances around. Now Cutler surveys along the far boards. He gets up top for Gallant. As Gallant over to Cutler, back to Gallant. Now to Mayhew, who skates towards his left. Mayhew over to Stapley. Stapley skates towards the left point. Now he'll veer off to the right. Stapley skates towards the right circle. As there's 1:13 left in overtime. Stapley, less than a minute left in the power play. He gets double teamed in the near corner and loses the puck. Cudla will skate up ice. Patrick Cudla gets the center. As he'll flip it in, he gets around Cole Gallant. Cudla on the right side now around Utah's net towards the far side. Cudla stops in the far corner and throws it up top. Nobody home as Nathan Burke will skate up ice as Burke will get it towards Mayhew as Burke replaced Stapley on the ice. Cutler gets it towards Burke. Slot shot and score! Grizzlies win! Grizzlies win as Nathan Burke gets his 15th of the year. Utah wins 6-5, and there is no doubt about it. As everybody goes to celebrate in the near corners, the Grizzlies win on the power play for the second time in back-to-back weeks. Utah with a come-from-behind victory as fans throw chuck-a-pucks in protest of the power play Utah got late in overtime. Nathan Burke gets the overtime game winner. As the Grizzlies just moved it over, it was Cutler to Burke, and then Burke was all alone out in front of the crease, and he put it away. Patrick Cudla is yelling at the referee as he can't believe why a power play gets called. The fans are yelling at the referee, but the Grizzlies head to the locker room victorious as they get a 6-5 overtime winner. What a thrilling game. Controversial among the Steelheads fans' eyes, but the Grizzlies go home happy. And they will watch the Super Bowl tomorrow, knowing that they're on the winning note as they get their first win against Idaho this season. Nathan Burke gets the game winner. His 15th of the season. He became the 5th different Grizzlies forward to score here on the night. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score, the Utah Grizzlies 6 and the Idaho Steelheads 5. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Well, what a crazy game this turned out to be as Utah gets a 6-5 overtime game winner. Brandon Cutler had 2 overtime game winners earlier this season. He picked up the game-winning assist, moving it to Nathan Burke in front of the crease, and Burke was able to put it away. Grizzlies got the power play because Wade Murphy closed his hand on the puck in front of the crease as he was laying in front of Januzzi. And then the referee put a bunch of hand gestures in the air and called Murphy for a penalty. Grizzlies, for the second time in back-to-back weeks, capitalized on the power play. Remember, Cutler got a power play goal in overtime against Tulsa last Saturday. And Utah is now 4-1 past regulation this season, with all 5 of those games coming away from Maverick Center. Grizzlies got off to a fast start as they led 3-2 after one period. Brandon Cutler got the scoring started exactly 3 minutes into the contest, with his team leading 21st of the year. Quinn Wickers picked up the assists. Idaho tied it up at 1 as Jordan Kawaguchi scored 7:52 in, with Matt Register and Trevor Zins gained the assists. Grizzlies retook the lead 2-1 as Adam Berg scored 15-12 in, with Brett Stapley and Jacob Semick getting the assists. Idaho tied it up at 2 as Demetrius Kumatsi scored 17:53 in, with Jade Miller and Patrick Kudla getting the assists. Brett Stapley scored on a toe drag from the right circle as he moved into the slot. He got his first of 2 on the night, and he scored unassisted 18:57 into the first. Utah led 3-1 after one period, despite the fact that Idaho outshot Utah 17-7. Grizzlies scored early in the second period as Aaron Aragon just went coast to coast from one circle to the other, then fired away from the near circle past Brian Thompson into the back of the net. And with that, Brian Thompson, the Idaho starting goaltender, was removed from the game after stopping 4 of 8, and he was replaced by Jared Moe. Idaho scored the next 2 goals in the second period. A.J. White, 9:38 in, scored his 16th of the year, with our Curry and Will Merchant getting the assist. It was a power play goal. Now, about a minute before White scored, a fan threw a chuck-a-puck on the ice, and the fans were warned that if it happened again, Steelheads would get a penalty. Well, after White scored, somebody threw a chuck-a-puck on the ice, and the Steelheads got a 2-minute penalty. Grizzlies didn't score on it, but it was certainly interesting to see a chuck-a-puck lead to a penalty on the home team. Later in the second period, it was Roman Radzinski who tied it up 16:50 in, with our Curry getting the assist. Francisco Arcuri ended up with 2 second-period assists. That tied it up at 4, and that's where it stood after 2 periods of play. Early in the third, Pelton Bice scored on the power play from the right circle, 4:48 in, with Murphy and Zalati getting the assists. Idaho went 2 for 2 on the power play. They scored 1 in the second and 1 in the third. That gave them a 5-4 lead. Grizzlies tied it up 11:59 into the third as Brett Stapley got a second of the game and Nathan Burke picking up an assist. And so you're talking about Stapley, Burke. There was a lot of guys that contributed to the Grizzlies' cause. Brandon Cutler, of course. That tied it up at 5. Then we went to overtime. Both goaltenders made some unbelievable saves. You know, Januzzi made a couple saves where he showed some great agility. And then there was one halfway through overtime where Jared Moe absolutely robbed Brandon Cutler on an unbelievable stop to keep the game alive. And, you know, there wasn't much you could do. You just tip your hat as Moe played a pretty good game for Idaho once he entered early in the second period. But then the Grizzlies got a power play. Idaho fans certainly are going to be upset about it as the puck was near the Grizzlies net. Wade Murphy was laying down, and he just kind of did what he could to make sure that, you know, the Grizzlies couldn't get the puck. So the official, according to, you know, referee Evan Reddick, said that Wade Murphy closed his hand on the puck, and he gave Idaho a penalty in overtime, 4:46 in. At that point, Ryan Kanaswich used his one timeout, set things up. It was late in the power play when the Grizzlies were able to find the back of the net. As the Grizzlies were able to enter the zone with momentum, Cutler was about halfway from the blue line to the goal line, just kind of nudged it ahead to Burke. Once Burke got it, it was one-on-one between him and the goaltender, and Burke fired it in between Moe. It didn't go high, it didn't go low. It just kind of got through him, and that won it for Utah 6-5 as Cutler with 2 power play goals and 2 overtime game winners earlier this season. He gets an overtime game-winning assist, and for Nathan Burke, it's his 15th goal of the season, and he certainly played hard for a while. Burke ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist. He only had 2 shots. He certainly made that second shot tonight count for the game winner as Utah wins 6-5 as they get their first victory against the Steelheads this season. Utah is now 7-6-1 over their last 14 road games, and that's really gotten the Grizzlies back in the playoff race. You talk about a team that just a month ago was in last place in the Mountain Division, and now tonight, regardless, let's see what happened with Rapid City. Rapid City lost 4-2. And Allen lost 6-1, so the Grizzlies are now tied for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Obviously, the standings are going to, you know, probably playoff race is probably going to go all the way down to the final week of the season. So you're talking about needing some points. You know, they were able to get 2 points tonight. Obviously, regardless of what happened in overtime, they're going to get at least 1, which is certainly big. But getting that second standing point, especially in a place like this, which is certainly tough to win in. But the Grizzlies over the years, oddly enough, over the last couple of years in particular, Utah has done a better job against the Steelheads in this place than Utah has in their own barn at Maverick Center. I don't know why that is, but the Grizzlies do seem to play fast and play with confidence, and they certainly seem to be alive, awake, and alert here at Idaho Central Arena, and they certainly were tonight. And they earned the 2 standings points this evening, getting a 6-5 victory. They were solid offensively. And we'll say, even though the Steelheads scored 5 goals, you got to tip your hat to Dante Januzzi, as he made the saves he had to earn his 10th victory of the season. The 10 wins lead the Grizzlies. 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star, Jordan Kawaguchi, who had 1 goal and was a +2. He's the 3rd star. Second star is the hero, Nathan Burke. Burke, the hero, with the game winner in overtime. He is the 2nd star. He ended the night with 1 goal and 1 assist. The number 1 star is Brett Stapley, who had 2 goals and 1 assist. Stapley was also a +3, and he had 8 shots on goal. So the Grizzlies come away with a thriller. You know, we've known there's been some exciting games at home, and certainly the road wins have been exciting for the Grizzlies as well. But this has got to be right up there, considering it was against your arch rival, Idaho Steelheads. You're just talking about, a big victory in front of a sellout crowd here. It's exactly what you can ask for, especially when you're facing a team next week in the Wheeling Nailers, who have now won 12 straight games. So next week's certainly going to be a lot of fun. It's going to start with an AFCU Friday, and it's going to be the first of a 3-game set against the red-hot Wheeling Nailers, who have won 12 straight, including a 3-0 victory tonight, where all 3 goals were scored by former Grizzly forward Jordan Martell. Martell and the Nailers will be in town Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Don't forget that Saturday is going to be Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. Monday, February 19th, will be at 3:10. It's going to be a Marvel Superhero Day, where the Grizzlies are going to be wearing Spider-Man themed specialty jerseys. Well, that'll about wrap things up from Idaho Central Arena as the Grizzlies continue to play good hockey. I mean, last night kind of feels like an aberration as they bounce back and put together a great effort, got the game to overtime, and were able to find a way on the power play for the 2nd time in back-to-back Saturdays. Once again, in 2 hours and 37 minutes and in front of a capacity crowd of 5,163, the Utah Grizzlies win 6-5 in overtime, as Nathan Burke was the hero, scoring on the power play, 6:17 into the extra session. Brett Stapley had 2 goals and 1 assist, and Brandon Cutler had 1 goal and 1 assist. We'll talk to you on Friday night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.